What is up, everybody? Welcome on into week number 7, I should say. Episode number 67 of, that's right, Random Rosters every Tuesday, right here on youtube.com/Shaunosaurus Rex. You can watch a randomized roster, a fantasy drafted roster, play through the NFL season. 3 games every single week, right here on the channel. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoy and we have some fun watching some football today. We have 3 games for you, as we always do. We're going to start with a team that I don't think has been featured just yet, and a team that actually never really, well, 2 teams, I should say, in the NFC East that don't really compete for the lead. It's usually Washington or Dallas. And the Eagles and the Giants are just not those teams that really compete. Neither team with a particularly good record. The Giants are at least kind of in competition for the top spot in the NFC East. The Eagles, though, are 1-4. We saw the Eagles back in week 2. I don't see the Giants here, so we'll go ahead and we'll go to New York and we'll watch that. That'll be game number 1. Game number 2 is going to be an AFC North showdown. Ravens taking on the Bengals. We saw... Oh, I guess we haven't seen the... Have we seen the Ravens yet? Where were they? I thought we had. Anyway, we're gonna check out the Ravens and the Bengals in the AFC North showdown. Last but not least, it's the big one. The one I'm sure everybody's excited for. 2 5-0 teams going at it. Cowboys, Lions. The Lions have maybe the most absurd quarterback room we will probably ever see in here, with 3 genuine starting quarterbacks. Their backup is better than their starter. For some reason, that's how it works. Cowboys, Lions, that'll end out the night. Now, what's interesting is if we scroll down here just a little bit, we have this game happening here, which might not mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Buccaneers, they're 5-0. They're taking on a 1-5 49ers team. Except for... if we take a quick peek here at week number 8, you'll notice that the Buccaneers and the Cowboys play each other. So you could have 2 teams or 2 games, 2 Cowboys games in back-to-back weeks of undefeated teams playing against each other. Cowboys have to beat the Lions. Buccaneers need to take care of business in San Francisco, and you could see more undefeated teams playing each other. These are the last 3 undefeated teams. So we'll see what happens. Let's go to the Meadowlands in New York, I think is where this is. And let's get today's video started. While it's loading, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. I appreciate it. We are so close to 1,600 subscribers. We're eking our way towards at least 2,000 subscribers. I would love to see 3,000 by the end of the year, but I don't know if that's possible. I appreciate everyone who does subscribe. It means a lot to me. 960 by 360. And we started our thumbnail. All right, here we go. Andy Reid taking on some nerd. Andy Reid, recent Super Bowl champion.
Boy, the defense has shown in the past how
John Lynch on the Eagles, of the Eagles safety core. He now is large. Well, I don't know what his position is in San Francisco, but he's been making some moves. Stephen Davis. Interesting pick there of who to highlight. This was kind of one of those games where I was like, I don't know if either of these teams are really going to play meaningful football down the stretch. We should at least make sure we've been to New York and double up on having seen Philadelphia both at home and on the road. So
the teams have taken the field. We're ready for the kickoff.
Usually, and I'm sure longtime viewers know, once we hit about week 10, week 11, that's when I start trying to figure out the playoff matchups and doing all that sort of stuff. So it
will be
hopefully provides meaningful football games toward the end of the season. However, I believe it was last season in NFL Fever 2003. It was just good teams beating up on bad teams, and it was like, it wasn't playoff contenders playing other playoff contenders. It's very frustrating. But hey, sometimes that's how it goes. Just like sometimes I move my Mountain Dew and I forget to bring it back. The Giants come out in a single back set. That kick was pretty deep. It's pretty rare that we actually see a touchback, and that is going to be an incomplete pass. Thought it was going to be a sack. Is this Peyton Manning?
Is pulling out everything. He's throwing his whole arsenal at him right now.
Northcutt won't be playing the wide receiver spot at all.
Okay, I thought it was Northcutt.
They're telling us he's going to need some type of surgery on his knee, so it looks like he's going to be out for quite a bit of time.
Oh, what a terrific run there. I thought he was going to be stuffed for a 1-yard gain, maybe 2, but broke through a couple of tackles and almost got a first down. Reese appears to have injured his hand on the play. So he will escort himself off the field, and it'll be third down. No, it's Rosenfeld. Drew Rosenfeld. A Drew Rosenfeld sighting in the year of our Lord 2004.
So you're going to see him blitz.
Or 2003, whenever the hell this game came out.
Closing in.
There's a throw over to the left side, finds a wide open receiver. He makes a move, and he's off to the races inside Eagles territory, all the way down to the 35-yard line. That was a really nice throw on a third down. Maybe a little high, but a great adjustment. Shout out to that receiver for going up and getting that ball. First down and 10 inside the Eagles' 40-yard line.
Using motion. Looking for room.
We're going to hand the ball off right up the middle, and this is why you show off Davis at the beginning, because he scores touchdowns. Davis, 2 rushes, 21 and a half yards a carry. 35-yard touchdown run, had a terrific 9-yard run to set up at 3rd and 1. And the Giants off to a very hot start. The Eagles not looking great.
Dramatica comes in for the extra point. And it's on its way. The extra point attempt is good. And so they turn that drive into a great one as it ends with a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice job of keeping those chains moving and avoiding costly penalty. Now they've got to see if they can keep this momentum that they have established going for the remainder of this game.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Good kick should be returned.
All right, so a 7-0 lead, and we'll see the Philadelphia Eagles get a really nice opportunity for a run back there. It was about a 16-yard return.
Melissa, is there an update?
Wait, hold on. Is that Hushmanzada? I think that was TJ Hushmanzada.
They have to be efficient in the passing game and get very.
That's a really long encoding overload, OBS.
But
But I don't think his name fit on the back of his jersey, and I think it was just missing an A.
Thanks, Melissa. They give it to the halfback.
They go with a handoff to the right side. Nothing doing. I believe it's Joey Harrington, quarterback for the Eagles. Harrington led the Atlanta Falcons all the way to the NFC title game in NFL Fever 2003. But they ultimately fell to the Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys. Second down and 7 after the gain of 3. Harrington drops back, throws right side into double coverage, and threads the needle for a nice completion up past the 40-yard line. First down and 10.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 43. Pass play here on 1st down. With the pass.
Harrington with a deep drop, fires over the middle, finds a completion.
These guys are just out there playing a little pitch and catch.
Actually, a pretty nice couple of throws there by Harrington. It's looked like it's been pretty contested, or at least congested in that area, and he's managed to find a receiver on back-to-back throws. Sets up a 2nd down and 1, just inside the 50-yard line. Harrington drops back. That is a throw. It's just a little too wide.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Kind of threw him out of bounds there. I like the play call, and again, threw it to him, hit him. I mean, it was at least in the receiver's hands, just couldn't stay in bounds. 3rd down and 1, excuse me. We get this angle again, another delayed on that cut, and what a terrific tackle. They are going to come up short. Really well read by number 55, shot the gap. A little surprised that it actually wasn't a first down. But I dare not question the Madden gods. I don't know. Fourth down and inches, so what looked like might be a promising response drive by Philadelphia. And it peters out towards the right at midfield. Fair catch, but it's going to go into the end zone and out for
They did a great job moving the ball on the
a
ground.
touchback.
Let's see what they can do here. The Eagles come out with 8 guys in the box. Dropping back to pass on first down.
So Rosenfels throws. That is really quick out of the hands. The receiver didn't even have an opportunity to turn around. We've seen that a lot the last couple of weeks where you kind of just
Only one man in the back.
a lot of passes to the flat for the running backs.
Man in motion. Under pressure.
Another quick pass, this time out to the left side. It's going to be a very short gain. You can see this Eagles defense kind of clamping down a little bit.
Third down and long coming up here. Gets rid of it.
There's another throw. It's off another throw to the right side. This time off the hands of the intended receiver. You got to come up with that one.
Pressure situations, and you can usually count on him to get the first down for you. This time, he just couldn't hang on to it.
Bailey sets up to run back the punt. Here's the punt. And this punt will sail out of bounds.
Not a great punt. You can tell the what's it called? Hang time isn't always the best indicator of a punt and its effectiveness, but boy, when it looks low like that, it does not bode well. And it did not bode well for the Giants there. A shank is going to give the Eagles possession at the 45-yard line of the Giants, so plus territory for the Eagles. Good opportunity to just kind of pick up, I don't know, 15, 20 yards, at least put a field goal on the board and kind of stick around in this game. That's where teams, I think, are the most dangerous, is when you can't shut the door. Not that you can really shut the door in the first quarter, and a team didn't last week. So
Drops back. Closing in. Gets the pass off.
That's a nice throw and nice catch out to the 30-yard line. You see number 84 here just cut inside. A nice throw.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 29-yard line. Give it all you got.
Pressure with the pass. And
there's a nice throw and catch, a nice maneuver too to get up the field, get the first down and get inside the red zone. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Eagles. They haven't needed to pick up a ton of yards, but they managed to pick up 30, 32, 33 yards as we wind down the first quarter of play.
The Eagles using motion.
On the 13-yard line.
Cross play to the left.
That's a nice job getting that block. Oh, a nice move by McGahee. I actually thought he made a mistake breaking to the outside, but hit that spin move perfectly to work his way back in. You could see the lineman was trying to pull out there and get that block. Nicely done by the fullback in the backfield to avoid disaster. And just a solid run all around. I got a huge credit to McGahee on that one. First and goal.
Moving left.
Pitch to the left side. The Giants are all over at that time. Lost it 2. It'll be second down and goal from the 5. And we'll give him the 4.5. How about that? 4.5 yard line. Harrington coming to the line. Gonna go with a handoff. Again, the Giants all over it, kind of selling out. Play action pass might be a viable option.
Get some sort of penetration. You have to get into the backfield, and when you do that,
Get him to bite up a little bit.
Change direction, making him go where he doesn't want to go.
It's gonna be 3rd and goal this time from the 5. Half-yard loss there. As we wind down to the end of quarter number 1. It's a 3rd down and goal. Harrington drops back, throws into the end zone, and he's just a little off on the timing. It's going to be out of bounds, incomplete, and they will settle for a field goal. A good job by Philadelphia regardless. They took advantage of the good field position, got some points out of it. Not what you want, obviously, with driving inside the 5-yard line. You want to cap it off with a touchdown. But a field goal isn't the worst thing in the world. 7-3 your your score after 1.
And we're ready to start the second quarter.
13 returns for the 32-yard average for Jammer. Quentin Jammer, perhaps?
Sauerbrunn is back and ready to put this one in the air.
23 back deep to return.
Okay, I don't know why. That was such a long cut, and I don't know why. Oh, that kickoff was short, and he is going to have all kinds of room to work with. He'll get up past the 30-yard line, so clearly the wind a factor here. We saw the Giants kick in that direction after the touchdown, and that was a short kickoff. We saw that. Now we've seen the Eagles kick off in that same direction after the quarter. They switch fields, or switch ends, or whatever. They're going to go right to the running game. That is what works. Tony Brackens injured his hip on the play.
Philadelphia with 6 defensive backs.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
2nd down and 2. Steps up and throws a little screen pass. Finds some room and gets up to midfield.
That's exactly what
I like that play. We don't see a lot of the wide receiver screens or tight end screens. I don't think we really see just a ton of screens in this game in general. They never work in NFL Fever. We see that plenty. But I think you can do something against this Eagles defense with the screen plays. They're going to go with a handoff. With how effective they've been with the run throughout the game for Stephen Davis as they approach 100 total yards, I think you can get them to over-pursue a little bit, let their rushers up the field, try to get behind them with a nice screen, and get some yards. 2nd down and 9.
With the pass,
there's a throw, and that should have been an interception.
He didn't pick it off, but
that should have been a pick. I mean, come on. He was right there.
The Eagles come out in a nickel package.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
Throws to the left side. That should have been intercepted as well. That would have been more of an arm punt, but a good job by this Eagles defense. Again, play up and down.
Big play for his defense. He lets it go as an incomplete pass rather than an interception.
Stanley comes back out. 23-yard average. Pretty grotesque number.
This will be his 2nd punt of the game. Here's the kick.
Kick is up, and they're going kind of for that coffin corner, and that one actually might have checked up a little bit. And that might be some dreadful starting field position for this Eagles team. It will. The 2.5-yard line from Shank to Hero. They're going to have to go a long way if they want to get points on this drive. 3:50 remaining in the second quarter. They'll go with a handoff. I like that call. Just pick up a couple of yards, see if you can get yourself some breathing room. Still averaging 12 yards a carry is Stephen Davis. 35-yard run really helps with that. I'd actually thought that they'd given the ball to Stephen Davis a little bit more. Looked like he only had 5 carries.
This one is handed off.
We go with another handoff. Robinson, the linebacker, picking up his 5th tackle of the day.
Inside their own 20.
We're going to go with a handoff yet again. I don't love the 3 handoffs in a row. I think a handoff on first down is pretty good. Try to get yourself a little bit of breathing room and just figure it out, you know. 2nd and 7. Maybe go with a short pass, or a short pass there. Try to pick up some more yards, make it a 3rd and 2. And then I think you can work with a little bit more of the playbook, but not a great situation there. That was a muffed punt that got kicked forward for about 15 yards, and that was a terrible punt. It's got to be the wind, too. I didn't even think about that.
Now it's 1st and 10.
That aspect of throw to the left side, incomplete. That aspect of the shanked punt that we saw earlier would have been the wind. That one was just a woefully short punt. Muffed it at the 45, and he kicked it forward to about the 30.
To the back.
Hands the ball off, finds some room, falls forward. He'll be down around the 15-yard line. 5 rushes, 63 yards. And that's, again, he's still right at that 12-yard average. My goodness.
The Giants using motion. Tosses it left.
And they'll go with a left side toss. Eagles doing kind of what the Giants did once they got inside that 20-yard line. It seemed like they were kind of more honed in, keyed in on that run. Did a good job to stop some of the pitches that the Eagles were running. And this time the Eagles do the same thing to the Giants. They see pitch to the left side. They see it well, force a 2-yard loss. That'll really kill the average.
Another run. They'll mark it at the 12-yard line. Picks up 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
And we've reached the 2-minute mark here in the first half.
This is why that Philadelphia Eagles field goal should come in handy if they can hold on a 3rd and 7. It'll just be a touchdown deficit. Eagles, I believe, are going to get the ball first in the second half. Saw a little bit of a blitz off that left side of the line. Champ Bailey, unfortunately, injured on that play. Injured his shoulder on that one. And it looked like he was maybe the guy flying off the left side of the Giants line.
Out to try to pick up 3 points as the half is close to the end. Martin Gramatica lines up to attempt a 29-yard field goal. And it's on its way. The kick sails.
Kick is up and kick is good. Nice job by that Eagles defense to hold the Giants to a field goal. We have a 10-3 game with 1:54 to go in the half.
Gramatica in to kick this one off. Not a real deep kick. Should be returned. From the
Fielded at about the 5-yard line. He'll get up to the 15, the 20. He makes a man miss, but then kind of gets driven backwards. We'll see where the final field position is. And they will call him down at the 23-yard line, or the forward progress at least at the 23-yard line. First down and 10, 1 minute and 49 seconds to go. This is probably not the Eagles' strong suit here is any type of hurry-up offense with a second-year quarterback.
Closing in.
And that is kind of why. The interception right over the middle to a linebacker. And just like that, it is Giants football. No, one tackle, no sacks, and a pick. I mean, just right over the middle, right to it.
They're probably going to take it easy and mix it up a little. So after the interception now, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Come on. Get up, line. Set.
Ferguson moves in motion.
We'll see.
They'll pass on 1st down.
Rosenfels drops back, fires left side, and that was a contested catch at best, but
incomplete.
That's another one of those
incomplete pass.
deals where he was looking to run before he had the ball. This might be a place where they come out in a passing formation, but actually run the ball to catch him off guard.
Using
From the 25, it's 2nd down and 10. Hits the top of his drop. The running back does a nice job picking up that block, and a terrific play on the defensive backside to deflect that ball
Quarterback has to do a better job
and
deciding
prevent the
where he wants
touchdown.
to go with the ball. If a play isn't there for you, you got to throw it away, or maybe pull it down and run with it. You just can't stand in there and try and force it into coverage like that.
3rd and long now. Let's see what kind of a pass play they go with to try to convert.
Third down and 10, high snap.
Gets rid of it.
They sent a blitz off of what looked like probably both sides there. High snap was almost a disaster for the Giants as it gives the Eagles defenders time to get to the quarterback. Pretty nice job just trying to get it out of his hands, though it was not a terribly accurate throw as he almost threw an interception.
Field goal here in the 1st half.
Whatever.
So they're lining up for the kick. This will be a 42-yard attempt. The kick is up.
Kick is up, and the kick is good.
Right through his 2nd field goal of the game.
The Giants, 4 plays, no yards after the interception. Kick the field goal through, and it's a 6-0 little run here for New York.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Decent kick. We should have a return. From the 3-yard line.
Taken down at the 20, and we'll see what the Eagles have on this drive. Field goal could do the Eagles some good here, make it a 13-6 game. Go in, make some adjustments, come back out, see if you can drive the field for a touchdown.
Dropping back the pass on 1st down. Throwing.
Harrington throws it. It's picked. Back-to-back interceptions thrown by Joey Harrington. Oh, my goodness.
They never seem to be out of position on plays like
boy. Just a nice read there to get in front of the receiver. Pick that ball off and basically give your team 3 free points.
Following the interception, it's now 1st and 10. They'll pass on 1st down.
Rosenfels drops back, fires, and that's off the hands of the receiver. That's got to be a catch. That might be a touchdown. That's a bad drop.
2nd and 10. Number 18 gets set, fakes the handoff.
They're throwing that one. See, there's the difference between this Eagles team and the Giants team. The Giants have done a nice job of converting those hands on the ball as a defense into turnovers, whereas the Eagles just keep letting the Giants have it.
2 plays to force this situation. One more great play should get him the ball back with some time to work with.
Philadelphia lines up with 7 guys in the secondary. Dropping back, he's looking, gets the pass
Throw out to the right side.
He went with a screen pass.
That looked like maybe a loss of 4. Not a great play there. Wide receiver screen, perhaps they were setting up. And it'll be 4th down and in 14.
So they're lining up for the kick. This will be a 42-yard attempt.
They'll go ahead and let this run down. The Eagles not really concerned with trying to rush anymore.
And it's up. Through the uprights and good. And he bangs it through
4
again.
plays, -3 yards,
Field goal attempt.
49
It's
seconds.
set to return
The
kickoff
last
as
2
we take a
Giants
look
drives
at the
have been a combined 8 plays for -3 yards. And because of the terrific field position, they were able to score 6 points. They've scored field goals on their previous 3 drives, 2 of those starting within the Eagles. Actually, all 3 of them? Like within
And
the,
kickoff team
what's it
comes
called?
out onto the field.
Eagles 30.
Nice distance.
Right to the
Last drive
20-yard line, and that
ended
is
with
it.
The offense right now ready to call their first play on this drive. They're trying to get in range for a last-second field goal attempt before halftime. The quarterback gets
I
set
doubt
with
that
only
they are
one
trying to
back
get in
behind him.
range for a field goal attempt. Have you seen the last couple of drives there, Al Michaels?
Drops back. Pressure coming. Gets the pass off.
That is, I thought that was going to be an interception. I saw the blue jersey and I thought, uh-oh.
They have
Oh,
one
no, not
timeout
again.
left. Amazing play by
But it was
Parker.
a pretty
thing is,
nice
he got some
pass down that right
separation
side.
there,
They're going to try
and he
and
was
maybe
able
get
to
some
get him a
points
big
here.
chunk of yards.
I think you're kind of at a weird spot where maybe a field goal doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A touchdown's definitely very helpful. That's a nice throw over the middle. Where's this Joey
That's
Harrington
the
been?
type of thing that can happen.
We're
when
going
you
to
get
rush
this
to
kind
the
of
line.
ball.
I'd
He's gonna
imagine
move the ball,
that they'll
and he's gonna
probably
move it
spike
with
the ball,
speed.
but I think with the way the computer likes to play this, yeah, there it is. There's that timeout, and they'll just kick the field goal. So it should be 16-6 going into half. And that is exactly what will happen. I like at least the attempt at the hurry-up offense. I think in the reverse, you might see the timeout there. Save the time. There were about 17 seconds. It just took a little too long because it was a pretty long play down the field. Call a timeout, take a couple shots to the end zone, protect the ball, kick the field goal as a last resort. But not a terrible situation. There's the Joey Harrington the Eagles need to see in the second half. And a good job by him to come back out, throw some nice passes, and at least get his team 3.
Will be kicking off.
Number 89.
It's on its way. From the 10-yard line.
10 up near the 20, past the 25.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 27. Number 18 sets up. Hand off to the tailback. Look at that.
It's a nice little handoff to end the second quarter, and that is where we stand. 16-6, the Giants looking to improve to 4-2. The Eagles looking to try and get back into the thick of the NFC East playoff race. Well, that's a bit early to say it, week number 7, but I don't want to fall too far out of the division race. That's where I was looking, the words I was looking for.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Not a bad kick, they'll set up for the return. He decides not to return this one. No return this time, and the offense heads out onto the field, taking over at the 20. Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 20-yard
All
line.
right.
Let's go.
Pass play here on 1st down. Gets the pass off.
There's a nice throw, except for it's just a little bit short. Way to get his hands on that pass and deflect away by number 21 of the Giants. And that's kind of been the theme for Joey Harrington. The passes have been...
Passes can turn into interceptions pretty easy.
Yeah, Hushmanzad doesn't have... It's missing like one letter. I think it's just A. Just an A.
Using motion. Dropping
Offset I formation. He'll drop back. Throw over to the running back or the fullback there. Nice move.
Good looking
Gets
play.
spun forward for an extra couple yards. That's about a 12-yard gain. That's a nice play to Richardson out of the backfield. Those are kind of the throws you're looking for from Harrington. The throw didn't seem like it was quite where it needed to be. It's maybe a little high. But a good athletic play there by the running back to give him a fresh set of downs. Harrington's throws have been short consistently throughout this game. There's a really nice run for about 15, and that'll go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 10. 8 first downs for these Philadelphia Eagles. They need to cash in with a touchdown. You can take one more field goal to make it a touchdown game. But ideally, you get a touchdown and make it a field goal game.
First and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line.
That all you got? Set. Come on, partner.
We'll get the call again.
Hands the ball off. Looks for some room off the left side. Tackled as he gets into Giants territory. It'll be 2nd down coming up. McGahee. Feel like we haven't called his name recently, but there hasn't really been a whole lot to talk about with this Eagles offense. 2 interceptions toward the end of the first half.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
And enough of a quick strike drive to get them 3.
Harrington sets up. Drops back. Closing in. It's
Harrington throws and finds a wide open Hushmanzada, who was off to the races inside the 20 and the 10. And he'll get tackled from behind. It'll be 1st down and goal for the Eagles. That's a really nice throw.
Very easy.
Not exactly sure who the coach of the Eagles was around this time. I want to say Tom Coughlin. Kind of just generally yelling toward the bench area. Some player just walks by and goes, "Coach, who are you yelling at?" He's like, "Whoever's listening. Whatever player is listening, it's you now because you engaged me." It's like, God dang it, shouldn't have asked. Should not have asked. 1st and goal, I formation. They're going to go with the handoff. Right side, kind of ran into his own blocker. Didn't matter. It's in for the score. He takes it in for the score.
The next thing you know, boom.
Willis McGahee with a nice, 7-8 yard touchdown run. You can see him run right into his own blocker. Able to bounce it out to the outside and get this game down to 4 points with an extra point pending.
Brown comes in to attempt the point after. The kick is up.
The kick is good. So a 7-yard run by McGahee caps off a 6-play, 78-yard drive. And Philadelphia finds themselves only down 3. Boy, if he didn't throw 2 interceptions that directly led to 6 Giants points on 2 drives with a total of 8 plays and -3 yards, you'd be up by 3. But a nice job by the Eagles to make some adjustments, come out, first drive of the second half, and get a touchdown.
From the 11.
From the 11 all the way up near the 30-yard line. Wow.
28-yard line.
28-yard line is where they're going to spot him.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 28. Number 18 sets up.
So how did the Giants respond here? Eagles defense has done a much better job. Oh my goodness, and that's what they needed. That's exactly what they needed, an interception. This game is completely turned around in favor of the Eagles here. I mean, let's be honest. The Giants drove the ball, scored, made it a 7-0 game. Since then, this Eagles defense has been put in not great positions, and they've only given up field goal attempts. They've looked good. They have done a bend but don't break situation repeatedly.
But he couldn't make the catch.
It looked like he had it, but he just couldn't get it.
And they've been able to do a good job to keep their team in this game. Give Harrington a chance to shake off those interceptions. Try and make this tie game here. Maybe take a lead.
Campbell
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass.
dropping back.
Hits the top of his drop. Throws right side. Batted down by number 34. Not a great throw there. Timing maybe a little bit off. It didn't look like the receiver was even really looking for the ball.
Ball on the 35-yard line. They'll go from the I formation.
Drops it back. They're going to find some pressure. Harrington lucky to get that ball out of his hands and have it not qualify as a fumble. Just an incomplete pass. I think that's going to keep them in field goal range here, and at least gives them a shot at a tie game. If you take that sack there, I don't think you're kicking this field goal. I think you're punting the ball away. This is a long field goal. It's off the front of the crossbar. No good. Oh, we needed like 3 more inches of power. You can see it here just right off the front. Wow, Brown was that close. Missed it by that much. Couldn't get it to spin into the goalposts. Nice job by the Eagles defense there to bottle up the run. You can see the Giants probably a little hesitant to give Rosenfeld the ball back in his hands immediately. That was maybe the mistake the Eagles made, was they went like interception, gave up the field goal, and then immediately allowed the quarterback to throw the ball again and threw another interception. I know the situation's a little bit different, but at least hand the ball off, see if you can get some yards.
Drops back, give it to the halfback. Not much there, maybe a yard.
So a couple plays here going for a total of about 1 yard, maybe. We have a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9. Halfway point of the 3rd quarter. Eagles defense brings out 3 D linemen, so one of those linebackers likely.
With the pass.
Oh, that one's almost intercepted as well. Neither of these quarterbacks look great. I think you can kind of understand why these teams are going to end up toward the bottom of the NFC East. I forget exactly who the Cowboys have at quarterback. The Cowboys are 5-0. I've seen the Cowboys a couple times, actually. Well, actually, you've seen the Cowboys a lot. I didn't even really realize that. Oh, no, this is the 3rd time they'll be on. I apologize. I have kind of like a note for next week. And
it doesn't mean anything if your team can't stop the return.
They line up in the I formation.
All right, 2:06 to go here, 3rd quarter. Philadelphia finds themselves down, or continues to be down by 3. Speaking of 3, that is the number of the jersey that Harrington wears, and he throws it to 49 again. 2nd time that Harrington has just made that little side throw to the running back coming out into the flat, and he's been able to take a minimal gain, 1-2 yards, and turn it into a 13-yard explosion. High formation. It's going to be a play-action pass. Nice throw to the left side. Hushmanzada gets his legs tangled up with that D-back.
How quickly that one got to him.
Is what it kind of looked like. It looked like he was trying to spin to the outside to get upfield, but just kind of a weird collision there. It's a gain of 8. Sets up a 2nd and short. Harrington drops back, finds a receiver who had it in his hands and dropped it. You have to come up with that catch. Fight through the contact, hold on to that ball, get your team a fresh set of downs. 3rd down and 2 in Giants territory. The Eagles need a conversion here. Harrington's going to take it himself. And he'll get inside the 40-yard line down to about the 37. Needed 2, got about 7. And it's a fresh set of downs.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Campbell moves in motion.
Hands the ball off. Nice spin move to turn upfield a little bit. That'll be a gain of about 5. 2nd down and 5. McGahee. Well, I mean, both of these backs, the running back and the fullback, have looked just incredible when they've been able to be featured. Harrington's made a couple of throws to the fullback, and he has made it work. McGahee has been a beast all day long. 13 rushes. Rookie Willis McGahee, I bet we'll see him a lot over the next 10 seasons or so.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 22-yard line.
Bust this grill, D. Set.
First down and 10. They're going to go back to the Gahey. Pretty good block on the outside by Hushmanzada.
And he stopped.
Bowls over at least one Giants defender and
Now
gets
let's have a
pulled
look at
down
what
by the
our
shoulder
runners
pads.
have done up to this point.
Steven Davis on the other side for the Giants was at 5 rushes for about 63 yards. I think his last 5 combined rushes have gone for a yard.
Behind his fullback in the eye.
11-yard line.
Get one more play here before the end of the half. They'll give it to the running back, this time number 27.
5-yard gain.
81 yards rushing. A surprising amount of pass yards out of the Eagles. I think a lot of that, though, came on the one drive right before the half. Field goal game here. Eagles driving, looking to tie as we start quarter number 4. Live from the Meadowlands.
Fire out. Back off, DB.
Second down and 5.
McGahee, the lone back.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
So a fly to the end zone.
Harrington throws, finds Hushmanzada for the touchdown.
What a catch in the end zone.
Passing yards up to 181 for the Eagles.
He has a knack for
The Giants,
finding ways
pretty
to get
paltry
open.
41, but they haven't needed a ton of yards to get points. Andy Reid doing a masterful job here with Joey Harrington in the second half, excuse me, to get him out of that interception funk and to get this team, 16-6?
They'll line up for the
14
extra
unanswered points for the Philadelphia Eagles.
point. The kick is
Wow.
up. The extra point attempt is good. And this one has the makings of a game that will go right down to the final tick of the clock.
Coming into this one, I thought it might go right down to the very end. This is where you got to dig in on defense and put the thing away.
So here is your opportunity, Drew Rosenfels. You've looked pretty good throughout most of this. Well, it looked good in the early stages of this game. Kind of disappeared here in the second half through the interception. That did not help.
Number 89. Back to
Now the Eagles have a lead. First time today that they have had the lead. That's all that matters. If you have the lead at the end of the fourth quarter, who cares?
Ready to start the drive at the 20.
And the Eagles are going to have the wind at their backs, it looks like.
So they have first and 10 here.
So first and 10.
On first down.
We go
Pressure with
to
the
the...
pass.
Oh my goodness, he threw another interception! These quarterbacks are falling apart. Number 43 for the Eagles. I mean, this is just a terrible throw. That wasn't going to get to the receiver at all. Stepped in front and just... Wow. The Eagles doing what they couldn't do earlier, which was make those plays on the ball count for interceptions rather than just incomplete passes. And their defense is doing what the Giants did to the Eagles toward the end of the first half. Kind of just giving your team a free 3 points.
That play doesn't fool anybody.
The defensive line does a great job of staying at home, holding their assignment, because they were all over that draw play.
Only one man back.
12. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Using motion.
Second down and 12.
Gets the toss to the
Pitch
left.
to the left side. Tries to find a little bit of room. We're going to see a penalty here, a 5-yard face mask. It's going to set up a third down and 7. Inadvertent face mask is what they're calling it. That's why it's only a 5-yard penalty rather than the 15-yard penalty. That's a big break for the Giants. If it's a 15-yard penalty, that's a fresh set of downs. Now they have an opportunity to get off the field here on a 3rd and 7. At least force a field goal attempt. Keep their team in this game. It was what Philadelphia did a good job of earlier. Can the Giants do the same thing? Offset I formation. Harrington snaps the ball, trying to bring some pressure, and I think they might have got to him, or it was just a really bad throw.
He has a great feel for defending the pass.
Ugh.
And he always seems to be in great position.
We've
to
seen
make
that
the
from
play on the
Harrington
ball.
throughout today's game, though. It's just an awful, awful short throw.
This officially will be a 37-yard attempt. It's up.
Kick is up.
Brown once
Kick
again showing
is
his team
good.
can count on him.
38-yard
goals
field
in the
goal.
game.
5-play,
Well, John, these
3-yard
teams are
drive, and that
evenly
3
matched.
yards
This
came
makes for
off
a
of the
better
face
game, I think.
mask.
The strategy of the game comes into play here more.
23-16. 17 unanswered points here for this Philadelphia Eagles squad. A couple of interceptions mixed in there to help get them in position to not only take a lead, but extend the lead out to 7 points.
Here's the kickoff team.
Philadelphia is lined up for the kickoff. Number 23, back deep.
Nice kick. Plenty of distance. He takes
5
it
yards
in.
deep. He'll take the knee and take the
Start
touchback.
the drive at the 20. Davis, the lone back. The Giants using motion. Going to the air on first down.
We go with a handoff, kind of stutter steps, makes a man miss, and then gets kind of pushed forward, or maybe even drags the defender a few extra yards. Second down and short coming up.
5 yards to go. Pressure coming. Throws it. Almost picked off.
Almost
John,
intercepted
how did it pick
again.
that one off?
Yeah, I think
Oh
everyone
my
else was
goodness.
thinking
Champ
the same
Bailey
thing.
back in the
You
game.
don't
Number
get a
24 was
better chance
injured
at an
early in this
interception
one.
than he had right
Good to see
there.
him back on the field.
Philadelphia comes out in their nickel
Ball
package.
on the 25-yard line.
The defense really bears down on third down.
Dropping back. Gets the pass off.
Drops and throws another interception. Oh my
Defense having
goodness.
a great day. 3 picks.
Oh no. The Giants are coming apart at the seams. I can't believe that. Is that the third interception he's thrown today? I mean, everything was going in favor of New York. They even had that muffed punt that got pushed forward for like 15 yards, and they were still able to recover it. I think that led to a field goal, put the lead out to 10-3. Then obviously they had the interceptions. They were able to get the lead out to 16-3.
Excellent field position.
16-6 your halftime score, but it has been all Philadelphia here
Dime backs
in this second half. Harrington throws, and that was a dangerous pass.
As a
Defender in
you don't get
terrific
too many
position there
opportunities like
to
that.
bat it away. Just couldn't get his head turned around fast enough to pick it off.
You're in the perfect position. Heck, you have to
A
make
late
that
hit on the
interception.
quarterback, if I've ever seen one. Should be a penalty, but 2003 was a different time. Second down.
So it's 2nd and 10. Harrington gets set. Under pressure with the throw. And
There's a nice throw. Some of
the
these
whole
throws,
field was able
like,
to stand
he's
back there and find the
made
open
some
lane.
good
You know, the
throws
defense
throughout
is
this
sending extra
game,
rushers at the
but
quarterback. It
there
takes
have
a
been
lot of
just
poise to
so
get the
many of them
ball
that
out
have been
there
so
with any
short
accuracy.
and inaccurate.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 6-yard line.
Here come the heat.
Tucks it away. Fakes the hand.
Rose finds a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown. Stayed in to take that hit. And oh no, Harrington injured his knee on the play. He was finally starting to get into a rhythm. He'll leave this game with a 14-point lead, and leading his team to 23 unanswered points.
The lineup for the extra point.
24 with this extra point.
And it's on its way. The point after is good.
Up and
Well,
good,
short
so
drive to cover the distance
5-yard
down the end
pass
zone.
from Harrington to Parker. We'll see what Harrington's injury is. We'll see who the backup quarterback is for Philadelphia, who, should they get the ball again, would probably just go into a
Momentum the other way.
a 4-minute offense, run the ball, milk the clock, and just get the heck out of here without any more devastating injuries.
The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 89.
He got all of that.
Kick all the way back, and that is a deep kick into the end zone. Touchback, and that'll come out to the 20-yard line.
at the 20.
Rosenfels has completely fallen apart here
So we have
in the
first and
second
10.
half.
Ball on their own 20.
Not going to have any option but to have him throw.
Gets the pass off.
That
Pass
one.
ball's incomplete. He fires
That
the
pass missed
but it's
just
overthrown.
about everybody.
That pass was thrown with so much velocity on it that the receiver never caught up with it.
They come out of the nickel. Drops back with the throw. Interception. Room to run.
Oh, my goodness.
One big play after another for that defense. 3 interceptions.
The Giants. Maybe the Giants need to just shift into a 4-minute offense so they don't continue getting so spanked. Is that 31 unanswered points?
The kicker lines up for the point after. The kick is up. The point after is good.
Because that kick is good. 30-yard interception return by Buckley.
Sauerbrunn in to kick this one off.
For the kickoff. Number 89.
Booming kick downfield.
Booming kick. Should be another touchback deep in their
Down to
own
the
end zone. So
The last drive ended
start
with
at
an
the 20.
interception. So let's see what happens as they take over again. Philadelphia comes out with 8 guys in the box. Passing on first down. Looking for an option. Gets
It's a
rid of
throw.
it. Almost got it. Didn't even see the defender. And
He
it
almost threw
ended
another
up as an
interception.
Yeah, maybe he was expecting
Oh,
man-to-man, and
my
they dropped into his
goodness.
zone. He threw off his read and where he thought the defense was going to
he
be.
threw that into
Second down
triple
and 10 to
coverage.
go.
Like he
Ball on
hasn't
their own
thrown
20.
8 interceptions in this half already. Can we look at the stats here? Stats and info. Individual. Couple touchdowns, couple interceptions for Harrington. Got off to a bad start. 13 of 24. Came back strong in the second half. It's Sage Rosenfels who he has as many completions to the other team as he does to his own team. 4 for 24, 41 yards, no touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he has thrown this game away literally for the Giants. There's a
Pass
throw.
ball's incomplete. Third down upcoming.
He
after
threw
that
it over the
incomplete
middle
pass.
again. Double coverage. I hate being out here. Someone take me
Quarterback
out,
gets set with only
please.
one back behind him.
Have mercy.
Throwing. This pass is incomplete.
Here's what happened. He
What
thinks he's
happened?
about to make the catch.
What was that
And then
throw? That
boom,
looked like
he put a big
an
hit on
Uncle
him,
Rico
and he lets
throw
it
right
fall
there.
out of his hands.
Off the hands and incomplete. 37-16. The Giants led by 10 at
Go back
halftime.
to accept this punt. Here's the catch.
And
He's
oh
waiting
my
for the fair catch.
goodness.
There was no need to try and return that one. But he made the right
Oh,
decision there.
oh no.
It's first and 10.
Oh
Ball on the
no.
45-yard line.
This is
Handed off to the back.
that is one of the worst
Down.
punts.
That's a 41-yard
That I
line.
mean that
Just
might
about
be
a 3-yard gain there.
it might not be the worst punt distance-wise we've ever seen, but as far as like bad performance and poor timing colliding, that has got to take the cake. Just an
Harrington sets
awful punt. He just got under it off the side of his foot, both of them. What a miserable second half. If you are a New York Giants fan watching this video, I am sorry. I did not realize that Rosenfels was so inaccurate. 4 for 24? As many completions to the opposing team as his own team. That is absolutely wild.
Using motion. They give it to the halfback.
Go with a handoff. Spun down after a couple. They should work that down to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left. Only one man in the backfield. A yard, maybe 2 on the counter play.
I'm guessing this should be a run. The defense can't be lollygagging around, because if they are and they give up a first, this one's over.
The Giants come out in a
Oh, Mr. Madden, this game's been over for a while. Minute 45 to go. 3rd down and 7. I cannot believe it. Nice job here by the Eagles to really run that play clock down. This was something we did not see in NFL Fever, which is any kind of clock management. New York, what are you doing? You're down by 3 touchdowns. Why are you taking a timeout?
So we'll see if the field goal unit can come through here.
That is so irritating. We should be done with this game. This game took forever to get done.
This is going to be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. And it's up. Through the uprights and good.
45-yard field goal.
His
It's
field goal.
40-16 now. How you feeling? 24. You're down by 24. How's that feel?
Sauerbrunn is just about ready to kick this one away.
Number 23, back deep to return.
Sends it sailing. From the 1.
Time's running out, so they're going to have to score quickly. Hope that the defense holds
All
it,
right.
so they have a chance to pull
What's
going
going
to
to happen first? Is Rosenfeld's going to throw an interception, or is he going to complete a pass to his own teammate?
After that.
It's a current tie at 4-4.
Number 18 from the shotgun.
21-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Gets rid of it with the catch.
Oh, he hit a completed pass to his own teammate.
What they're doing here is keeping the defense from huddling up. And it keeps the same defense on the field.
Pressure coming with the throw. He hits his receiver. Good read on that play. He saw them drop back in zone and took advantage.
Why
That's
does
the kind of
New York
efficiency
doing
that the
this?
coach is looking for out of him. Take what the defense gives, don't force it, protect the football, those kinds of things. Okay, they got to keep throwing downfield to move the chains while keeping the clock movement to a minimum.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
They're coming with the blitz. The incomplete pass brings up 3rd down.
Number 89, the intended receiver on the play.
Here come the heat. Set.
Dropping back, under pressure, gets the pass off, and the catch is made.
He's
First
making
and 10.
Uncle Rigo throws out here. He's down by 24 points. What could possibly go wrong?
Let's go. Come on.
He'll stop the clock with the spike. They have to move him down
This
quickly
is
here
so
on 2nd
irritating.
down.
This is so irritating. I miss the NFL Fever way of doing things sometimes.
9-yard line.
We're at an hour of this
Gets
game,
set.
by the way.
Closing in with the throw.
I
Pass
thought that was
incomplete.
intercepted.
A good pass, but
Thought that
no
was
catch.
intercepted
He
again.
was there, and
There
the
were so many
quarterback found
Eagles
him
in the
with ball.
area.
Just bounced off his hands.
4 down territory here. They'll be faced with a long third down play here. With the pass,
Throws left side, batted away, incomplete pass.
They did a nice job up front with their bull rushes and rips and stunts.
This, I mean,
adjustments along the offensive
oh my
line.
goodness.
They have to do a better job getting off the ball.
Games like this are why I am dreading the playoffs.
When you're this far back,
where like the videos are already like kind of approaching 3 hours with, you know, granted, you know, it's me talking on the back end, you know, a little bit, standings, scores, all that good stuff. I understand. But even like with just the gameplay, we're at 2.5 to like 240, somewhere in there. If any of the games go long, it starts to get real close to that 3-hour mark. But then you're going to throw an entire fourth game on there. It's like, oh no. Am I going to have to record these in halves? Like, which you can do thanks to the pause ability on OBS. Like,
it's second down and a long way to go.
All right, second down and 12. Kansas Harrington, I think, is back out there. So he injured his knee, but it wasn't that serious. I did notice that when we looked at those statistics, he did not have an injury icon next to his player name. So seems like he'll be all right for the foreseeable future.
That'll wrap this one up, and the final score is Philadelphia.
The Giants
New York
blow a 10-point lead in the second half and get thumped. They gave up 34 points in the second half. I don't know that we have seen a team that dominant. We saw a couple 40-point performances. I think we saw a 40, a 30, and then the Packers, I think, were at like 25 or something like that a couple of weeks ago, where it was just like basically 3 hours of hardcore spanking happening in this on this show. But I don't know that a team has dominated that heavily in a half. I can pull up the footage while this loads. It like kind of goes into widescreen, and it kind of, I thought the thing got all goofed up. Week number 5, I want to say. No, I think it was week 4. Let's go week 4. Oh, you know what? It wasn't Detroit. It was Baltimore, or Kansas City, excuse me. And Kansas City was only up 19-0 as the third quarter was going along. So maybe the most dominant half of football that we've ever seen. We are going to go to Cincinnati. We're going to check out the Bengals taking on the Ravens. You'll notice that the Bengals, excuse me, this AFC North showdown. You'll notice that the Bengals start this sentence over again. As we get the loading screen taken care of, you'll see that the Bengals are 2-3. They should be 3-2. They inexplicably lost that game to the Bills in the most unbelievable way I have ever seen.
Square off against the Bengals. Welcome to the game. EA is proud to bring you continuing coverage of the NFL. I'm Al Michaels with
unreal.
This defense has been watching extra film all week because they're
Matt
facing
Hasselbeck,
dangerous duel.
quarterback. They just kept handing the ball off with the game in hand. It should have been victory formation and like just beat the Bills. That's it. That's all they had to do, and they could not do it. Donald Driver.
Once again, and for obvious reasons. He's one of the better route runners and always seems to make the catch in traffic. Stopping this combo hasn't been
This is
easy
game number 2 of 3.
We'll have to see what type of
Obviously, we'll have
coverages they
one
go
more
with
coming
to
up
prevent
here.
These two from doing a lot of damage.
Look at him down there. Now
Big
this
one. I'm
is a
very
team
excited.
that
I've
comes
been very
ready to
excited
play.
about having some
I
undefeated
even think
teams
I
play
see a
each other.
coach jumping up
We've
and down a
been
little bit.
close as far as like kind of
Plays
deeper
out
into
today
the
as we get
season.
set for the kickoff.
Cleveland leading the AFC North. Cincinnati can even out Baltimore with basically straight 3-3s for the first 3 teams, depending on how Cleveland, depending on how Cleveland's game goes later today. Could have a 3-win tie in the AFC North, which makes sense. This division is absolutely wild every single year.
See if they can turn this first drive into points.
on the return.
Give that a good old save right there.
Only one man
They'll start
back.
the drive at the 24-yard line. First and 10.
All right, drive number 1 here, starting at the 24.
Using motion.
Rotate. Give it all you got, D. Come on.
Deep into the play clock, they will hand the ball off.
Gain there.
Gain of 4 or so, and that'll be second down coming up for Quinn.
The Ravens will have to make do without one of their
Have we not
quarterbacks
had
in
the
this
Ravens
game.
on the
They
channel?
fitted him for
There,
a
I was
flag
gonna
jacket,
put the
but he still
Ravens
has
on one day,
some
but I don't remember why I
after
didn't.
getting hit, and he won't be going in this one. Big loss there on the tackle.
That was a heck of a play. He has great speed. And he uses
We saw the
right
Bengals
through
back
the
in
line
week
and
number
take down the
5.
ball carrier.
I love some of the
Ravens
AFC
come into
North
this game, John,
matchups,
with a
especially
very healthy,
Bengals-Ravens.
confident defense.
I
They
think it's
love
interesting
to
when
blitz, and not just on
Cleveland's
third
involved.
down.
I don't love the
offensive line is
Steelers,
sure gonna have its hands
or
full
even
this
like
one.
the Steelers,
These guys
like, at
love
all,
to pressure
so.
the quarterback, so you're going to see him blitz on just about any down.
but I mean, this division never fails
Dropping
to
back, closing in.
be competitive throughout the entire season. So when we get down to it, and you're like, why are we watching AFC North teams every single week? It's because it's still up for grabs.
Be aware of where you are in the field and where you have to go to get the first down.
Nice visor. Some of those, that one player froze. This game is too old for it to be Brady Quinn. Interesting design here on the Bengals field with the helmet. You can see the helmet logo above me at the 25-yard line.
And they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt. Fair catch called for.
I do love the
Play will
end
be
zone
the
design
first
with
of
just
game
the
for
Bengals
offense.
stripes.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Hasselbeck sets up.
All
Dropping
right,
back to
first and
pass
10
on
for
first down.
Hasselbeck and
Throws it.
the Cincinnati Bengals. He threaded that ball in there. I thought that was going to be
The
deflected
thing
or
is, the
picked.
secondary looked a little on their
Instead, it
heels
is a
on that one.
completed pass
They
down the
just couldn't
right
converge
side.
on the ball in
It'll be a
time,
first and
now they
10.
get a whole
Ray
new
Lewis
set
on
of
the
downs.
Ravens. Okay.
It's first and 10.
All right.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
One of the most interesting things about the film American Underdog
Lost play to
is
left.
the
Great play in the
is the
backfield.
Ray Lewis
Quick
aspect.
escape to pursue, and
It's an
cut
interesting
down
like
quickly.
These guys up
coincidence.
front are very tough to block
I guess if
because
it's
they can
true,
use
I
their
didn't like
size
look
and
into
strength
it. But if
to get
Kurt Warner
excellent
comes in
leverage on
after
running play.
Bolger
Sometimes
gets
they
injured
struggle
or
a little
whoever
with
was ahead of him,
consistency.
I forget.
But they always seem to be a big factor when the game's on the line.
It's a weird moment in that film where Ray Lewis all of a sudden becomes like kind of the antagonist or like the adversary to get past, but it's never explained like why. It is such an inside like football knowledge of being like, oh, when Kurt Warner started playing football and started starting for the St. Louis Rams, he was one of, if not the best defensive players around. But they don't ever bother to tell you that in the context of the movie. And it's just like, oh man, this is very
Lined up in an eye.
important because clearly they're like highlighting him.
Gets the pass off.
But it's so weird. Also, there's a shot of Lambeau Field in that movie that is just unbelievably inaccurate. Like they could not get footage of like time and place, like accuracy, date accuracy. It's just like the regular stadium. And I'm like, this is new as of like 2003, and this is taking place in 1998. Oh boy. Anyway, Ray Lewis, he plays for the Falcons, or the Ravens, excuse me. A lot of some of those big name players on their like quote unquote correct teams, 67 passing yards, nothing on the ground for this Bengals squad,
They're inside the 5.
who again should be 3-2. They should be looking for win number 4. They should be in the driver's seat or maybe even in second place in the division. But an unbelievable turn of events in our last game against the Buffalo Bills really surprised me. I mean, unreal. I still can't believe that
Yeah,
happened.
what happens? You get into a rhythm. The way this guy's throwing, he's going to stay in that rhythm until the defense
I did the math.
knocks him out of it.
The quarterback lines up
It's
with
a
2
little
backs
over
behind him.
200. I think it's about 218 games rough estimate. It's kind of hard because, like, the first season was 4 games every week. So 4 by 20, like, no problem. That's 80 games easy. But then you got to go, like, okay, it's 3 weeks, or 17 weeks of 3 plus 3 weeks of 4 times 3 seasons of that, or 2 seasons of that, and then add these in. So in over 200 games, I never seen an ending like that. We saw the bizarre overturn call. Just unreal. Madden NFL 2004 never ceases to amaze. And then we have a touchdown, by the way. Cincinnati up 6-0, extra point pending here. The left-footed kicker comes out and boots it through. Kick is up, kick is good. They go 7 plays, 69 yards in just over 2 minutes, and the only yard they gain on the ground was the yard they needed for the touchdown.
Now they've got to see if they can keep this momentum that they have established going for the remainder of this game.
Akers is just about ready to kick this one away.
26, back deep to return.
Should be a return here.
So the kick is away. The kick is down to about the 12-yard line. Might have some heavy wind here in Cincinnati. Nice 18-yard-ish run back. And they'll be first and 10 from the 30-yard line. Can the Ravens come up with a response drive here? They had a total of about 7 yards, I think, on that first drive. Maybe even just 6 with a negative yard in there somewhere.
The deep back.
I formation, though, is how they will start this one.
Cross play to the left.
That is well read by the Bengals defense. And even with all the slips and slides to get out of those tackles, still a loss of about 4 on that one.
West, which isn't bad, but then it got worse and it went south.
All right. Thanks, John Mad. Started going east and west, and then it went south. All right. Second down and 15. They're giving him a massive loss on that.
Using motion.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
Drops back. Closing in.
Looking, throws to the right.
Incomplete pass. Third down upcoming.
It like hit him right, either in the stomach or the crotch or something there. I don't know what was going on.
Under pressure. Guns it left side.
Throws to the left side, and oh my goodness, he is free and clear. This is a response drive by the Ravens as it's a massive touchdown pass. It was on a third down as well. That man had nothing to do with the play. The coach is yelling at him anyway.
Put some points on the board.
That is a disgusting way to give up 6. It looked like the defender just, he bit outside trying to go for the catch, and that burned him.
The kicking team heads out onto the field.
Wow. Just when I thought the Bengals were going to get off the field, maybe even try and make this a 2-possession game. 70 yards on a third down and 6.
Points on the board, it sends a message to the other team that if you execute properly, they won't be able to stop you. And they say 90% of the game is half mental.
Was that a 3rd and 14 again? Or 3rd and 15?
Moorman comes in to kick off.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 31.
Decent kick. We should have a return.
5 yards or probably 8 yards deep in the end zone. That'll be a knee.
Success through the air on the last drive as they move downfield for the touchdown. Going to the air.
1:03 to go here in a high-powered first quarter. Another throw from Matt Hasselbeck in the Bengals offense, and that'll go to Donald Driver. Near a first down, but not quite there.
2nd and 1 coming up. Hasselback sets up.
Give it all you got.
Hurst. Breaking
Tries to bounce outside. We'll go.
Hurst.
Makes about a 6-yard gain there.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for first downs, they'll have to make some adjustments to slow this guy down.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Pressure coming.
Hits the top of his drop and fires to the left side. It was in and out of the hands, got hit, and the ball
Got so
came
much stuff
loose.
going on out there. You got to get off the line. You got to run a good route. You have to read the defense. You got to get open. But the most important thing you do after all that is you have to catch the ball.
Second down and 10. 21 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. They're going to go with a handoff. He's able to mock. He's able to get past one defender. Knock down, or mob. One would-be tackler. It'll be third down and 7. Feels like an important down for the Bengals. Trip receivers to the top side of your screen. Hasselback will take the snap after the quarter change. So 7-7. Bengals had a terrific first drive. And they had the Ravens back with a third and pretty long. I think a third and 15. It was a 5-yard loss. And then it would have been
7 yards to go.
An incomplete pass, and then it was a 70-yard bomb or whatever it was. Down to score.
Dropping back. Gets the pass off.
Hasselback throws. He's going to find Driver on that right side, but unfortunately, Driver is going to be a couple yards short of the line to gain, and that'll lead to a punting situation here for Cincinnati.
Johnson is looking for a good punt here. Henry sets up, waiting for the punt. Here's the kick.
Looks like that logo is actually at the 35-yard line.
17.
Caught, and he got a couple of yards, but not a whole lot. No first downs for the Ravens, but it doesn't matter when you're throwing 70-yard bombs. It wasn't even really that much of a bomb. It just bad animation on the backside for the Bengals defense. Good breakaway speed for the Baltimore offense. 7-7 here.
Throwing on first down.
The Ravens with the ball.
Going
to throw down the middle into triple coverage.
Something big on first down, but the pass off the mark.
Yikes.
It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 19.
4:25. Don't know why I'm pointing out the time.
Hand off to the tailback.
Like Curtis Martin, I believe,
4 yards.
for this Ravens back.
Number 12.
Third down and 6. Bit of a shift there by the Bengals D-line and linebackers. They're going to fire over the middle. That'll be an incomplete pass. Not sure exactly who got a hand on it. The Bengals defense was in a really good position there to at least block the sight, kind of screen him a little bit. So it made it a difficult reception. Might have gotten a hand on it, but either way, it's an incomplete pass, and it will be fourth down. Fair caught at the 42-yard line, so not a good punt. Seen some real rough punting, perhaps some very windy days here.
They'll go from the I formation. Johnson in motion. And they go with the delay.
Handoff to the right
Just about
side.
a yard on the run. So let's take a look at how this back compares to
Martin,
the
-1 yards. Hurst not doing a ton better, but still better than negative.
Hasselback gets set. The Bengals using motion. Gets the toss to the right.
Pitch to the right side.
Breaking free.
Tries to find some room and fights towards that line to gain. He'll be about a yard short. 3rd and very manageable coming up here for the Cincinnati Bengals, who look to take advantage of very good field position and put some more points on the board. An explosive start to this game, but both defenses have clamped down a little bit. A big bomb from Hasselbeck into double coverage. And that is a completed pass. A little surprised to see a throw there. 82 kind of ran into the defender. Nice throw, good location. And it's 1st and 10 Cincinnati.
First and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Give it all you got, D. Come on.
Hurst fakes the handle. He finds his man. The rush was on, but it's a nice game thanks to a
Nice completion over to the left side there by Hasselbeck. It'll either be 2nd and very short. I think they moved the chain, so it should be 1st and... Oh, no, they're going to give it 2nd and inches. I don't know how that's 2nd and inches. It looks like the ball is past the yellow line.
The quarterback gets set,
but hey,
only
whatever.
one back behind him.
I would anticipate some kind of run here.
Drops back.
No, they're going to throw it. Hasselbeck with a wobbly throw there. Hit as he threw that one. A nice adjustment by number 82 to go down to his knees and pick that ball off the turf. Can't be off the shoelaces because his feet are behind him. Either way.
To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming.
That was a nice throw toward the inside.
Sometimes
Looked like he had pretty good positioning there, but just couldn't come up with the catch 2nd down.
Before making the catch.
Second and 10.
Looking for room.
Oh, the handoff left side finds all kinds of room. Touchdown.
Takes it in for the score.
That was going to be close as it got close to the goal line. You saw some Ravens peek into the frame a little bit. I thought at least he'd have the 1st down, but was able to bounce off the would-be tacklers and get into the end zone. Nice stiff arm there. The Bengals use the running game there to punctuate another touchdown drive. 2:04 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Akers comes in.
They haven't done a ton on the ground, but they've been a little more comfortable with it over the last... They're comfortable with it when they absolutely need it. Hurst, I think, has 2 touchdowns on the day. One of them from 12 on that last one. The other one from 1 yard. They are more than happy to sling this ball around the yard.
Good job by these guys.
14-7 now.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Good kick, should be returnable. He'll choose to just down this one and start at the 20. They'll start this drive at the 20 after downing the kick in the end zone. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 20.
All right, what does Baltimore have? Do they just have the one explosive play and that's about it?
It's rid of it.
Oh, he stepped right in front of it. A really nice play there by number 50. Just excellent timing on the jump there to pick that ball off. Uh-oh. It's a really good opportunity for Cincinnati to put a stranglehold on this game.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Flings it to the outside. You saw them drop back in coverage, then just threw a strike.
Yeah, he made the right read and found the open man. That's a nice play.
So it's 2nd down now.
And here's a chance for the offense to make their move. The defense could be sending a blitz, so I'd go with something to my running back. A swing pass or maybe even a screen. If they execute, they could put this one in the end zone.
And right on cue. If they execute, they put this one in the end zone, and that's exactly what they do. Hasselbeck to driver, and that'll drive the lead up to 14 with this extra points. It is all of a sudden turning into a all Bengals game.
They'll line up for the extra point. And it's on its way.
Kick is up. Kick is good. 17-yard pass from Hasselbeck to Driver.
This is one of those teams that's never out of a game. If you let them get going early, they can really control the tempo of the game. If they fall behind, they have the weapons on the offensive side to put points on the board very quickly.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 37, back deep to
Sends it sailing. From the 3.
From the 2-yard line, we'll get up near the 20, fall forward toward the 22, and that is where this drive will start.
We're guessing they're going to just throw it and do their best to move into scoring range since they don't want to go into the half with the score the way it is. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 22. Pass play here on 1st down. Gets rid of it, and he makes the grab.
Throw over to the left side.
To make that catch.
It's a 4-yard gain, sets up a 2nd down and 6, and gets this clock rolling. This drive started on a positive note. They're going to try and bring a little pressure off the edge the Bengals are. He's going to go for yet another short pass. That time a gain of about 6 or 8, excuse me. And that's what you're looking for. A short little, get that first down. Then you bomb it down the left side, which is what he does that time. And they are into Bengals territory with their first snap in Bengals territory of the game. Should see a timeout here now. It is almost always called at the 1-minute mark. Not a terrible call there. I mean, it's when you get those deep passes down the sideline, you know, or in the field of play, probably better to just pop a timeout, save yourself a few seconds.
Pressure. Slings it out.
Ravens find another completion on the left side. They're going to take another timeout. I don't love that one as much. It wasn't as deep down the field. You have all kinds of time to get up to the line and snap it. Save the 2nd timeout when it's a much smaller game.
Using motion.
This is where the Ravens apparently thrive, is this 2-minute offense. Don't let the quarterback stand there and think.
That pass was right there, but he was unable to hang on.
He got open and the
first read, grip it, rip it.
He just couldn't get it under control.
Not yet in the red zone. They'll have to hurry up on this 2nd down here. They'll go from the I formation. Gets the pass off.
There's a pass deep toward the corner of the end zone. Not quite enough on that one. Buchanan, a really nice play.
They're in field goal range. Drops back.
3rd down and 10. Throw toward the corner of the end zone again, and that has got to be an interception. Buchanan, I think, on both of those, I believe he was number 31. That's got to be caught. And it looks like Quinn is indeed the backup quarterback. This is how you tell when they come out for a field goal. If you see that quarterback still out there, that means they are number 2 on the depth chart. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. Cundiff, who might have actually played for the Ravens. No good, wide to the right.
They line up in the I formation. Throwing on 1st down. Closing in. Throwing.
That was a dangerous throw. Real dangerous throw by Hasselbeck.
I just don't know how you lose focus.
Even if that was a completion, he was probably going to get his receiver laid out. And you're going to probably burn a timeout on a pretty short gain or run to spike the ball. Nothing about that was a positive for the Bengals. This play should have been more of a positive. He had perfect positioning on that to try and come up with that ball. Looked like he got his hands on it and everything. Just could not grip it.
Just be better playing it safe. But that's the coach's decision, not ours.
Using motion. pressure coming with the throw.
Hasselbeck throws to the left side. That one
This
was
pass is
short
incomplete.
and
He's
well
having a
defended
tough
on the
time
back
getting
end by the
anything going on
Ravens.
this drive.
You have to give credit to the defense out there. Those last few times he dropped back to throw, he didn't look comfortable. And that's because they did a good job of confusing him with their schemes and their coverages.
As we near the end of the first half, the punt team
So that
comes
drive
in.
did not go as well as the Bengals
Unable
probably
to get
thought it
anything
would.
going on that series, they'll have to punt
A little
it
bit
away
out of
here.
rhythm there, and they will punt the ball back to Baltimore. Under 30 seconds to go. He'll get his hands on it and run out of bounds.
One thing as a defender you want to avoid is
24-yard line. Not terrible field position. I don't know how much more power he really had on that
points before the half.
to get it deeper, but still a nice punt. Flips the
Martin,
field.
ball setback. They'll pass on first down.
Baltimore's missed field goal could become
A good pass,
pretty
but
interesting
no
depending on
catch.
how this second
Rhythm and
half goes.
consistency is one of
You
the
put it
most
at
important
21-10.
keys to success when
Maybe you
drop
even
back
try to
pass the
get
ball. But it's hard to find
a,
a rhythm and establish
another
some
field goal or even the
consistency when
touchdown, the
you're
two-point
quarterback,
conversion.
and
You could try to
receivers
make
are
it
dropping passes that should be
21-18
catches. One thing
or
you don't want to do when trying to get a late scoring
21-13.
drive is turn the ball over. They're already
But it doesn't
behind
matter now
as
because
is,
Cundiff
and they
missed
can't
it wide
afford to
right.
be down anymore. So it's all
Touchdowns
about
still
smart
separate these
decisions
teams as
by the
Quinn
offense.
finds a receiver
He
in
makes a
double
terrific
coverage.
catch for the first
That
down.
should
Even
be
the receiver
Baltimore's
was
last
surprised
time
how
out
quickly
right there,
that
which is
one
why
got to
maybe
him.
you shouldn't
That's
take
the kind
that
of thing
second
you
one.
just hope you can hang on to as
I
it
know
goes
there's no
by.
guarantee
This
that
is
you
where
get the ball
defense
back,
needs to just play smart,
but maybe
and
just
not
in
give
case.
up a big play. There's not a whole lot of time left, so they just need to prevent him from getting
Now
into
they're gonna-
field goal range.
They're going to be in a real tight time
Closing in.
constraints.
He
That
was
one's
there,
going to
got
be
his hands on it,
incomplete.
but just
Sack here is just about going to do it
This is
for
one
the
of those
half,
guys who's working
and
really
actually a
hard to
play over the
improve
middle
himself. Every
is
now
not
and
really
then
going to be all
he'll
that
let one
helpful
bounce off
either.
his hands like that, but most of the time you can rely on him to make the catch when you really need it.
Give it all you got.
Steps up.
Drops
throws
back,
it.
throws, finds a receiver over the middle, and unfortunately they're not going to have enough time to get another playoff. 3, 2, 1, nothing. Oh, the Ravens come up empty-handed. Could have used an extra timeout in that back pocket. 21-7, your score at half. There's a look at the stats. 173 total yards, 174 passing yards. Big chunk of that on the one play that was the touchdown for the Baltimore Ravens. The running game has been a non-factor, which is not good for them because they're working at least with a backup quarterback. Maybe a third string, I don't know. From about the 15-yard line, he'll get up near the
With this kind of
25.
lead, some players might want to put it in cruise control. They better watch out, though. They haven't won this one quite yet.
Cincinnati in an excellent position here to
Quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
get this to a 3-touchdown lead. Try and
Johnson
start putting
moves
some
in
nails in
motion.
the coffin here early in the second half. Handoff has a real nice hole opened up, and that'll go for about 11.
Yeah, and that was a
The
perfect
Bengals
call
haven't
in
been
that
super
situation. He did a nice
consistent
job of
on the
avoiding
ground, but they
first
have
wave
been
of
effective when
defenders,
they've used
then
it.
converting
Seen
for
a
the
couple
first
of
down.
really big runs from Hurst. That 11-yard run, we saw the 12-yard touchdown
First and
run.
10.
Those two
Ball on their
accounting
own
for
35.
over half of their total yards. The 1-yard touchdown run also
Only one
in
man
there,
back.
mixed in there, kind of hurting the average a little bit. But the most important one because it scored
The yard, 82 on the
They'll
count.
get pushed forward for a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. We could see Cincinnati just kind of turn into a bit of a 4-minute drive here already and just milk this clock in the third quarter. I don't think Baltimore has much of a sustainable offense. Aside from the one big play, they were able to get into field goal range, but then Cundiff missed a pretty long field goal wide right.
Under pressure.
Hasselbeck throws and finds a receiver. He'll step out of bounds.
Field was able to stand back there and
We'll
find
get a
the
little bit
open
of a
man.
breakdown.
You know, the
78
defense
yards
is sending
over the
extra
middle. Then
rushers
it's
at
the
the
right
quarterback.
side
It takes a
and
lot
then the
of
left
poise
side,
to
the
get
least
ball out of
popular
there with any accuracy.
of the three portions of the field for Cincinnati. First down and 10 following the nice completion. Hasselbeck's going to hand the ball off. He'll shake a couple of defenders and fall forward for a positive play. A little surprising, seeing as how that play started with Ravens defenders in the backfield.
9 yards to go.
But a nice job
Ball on
to
their own 47.
at least get one. Get something positive.
He gets the carry.
Hand off right side. Nice spin move. It's a fumble. And the defense is going to recover. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they were right
Oh,
there to jump
Cincinnati
on the
was
ball.
looking so good to try and extend this lead. The fumble might be
So it's
what gets the Ravens back into this game. We saw him have fumble problems in the game against the Bills. The Bengals actually put on the ground a bunch of times.
The motion man.
They just weren't able to. The Bills weren't able to come up with it as consistently as they probably should have.
Can't wrap it up.
Try a run here. Curtis Martin blasted back.
Picks up about 3.
We'll give him a positive gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Whew, but the fumble demons exercise or to show up here.
Backs are lined up in an eye.
Wow. Lost a fumble inside of 2 minutes to go in the game last time around. They failed on a 4th and 1. There's a throw to the left side for the Ravens. Inside the 35, we'll get a breakdown here. The right side, the least favorite for the Ravens. Left and middle, pretty even.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line.
Hit him low. Get in there.
Going to the air on 1st down.
Drops back,
Gets rid of it.
hits the top of that drop, and that is a really nice throw.
Hit his target.
Buchanan, I
And they
believe,
have a
number
first down.
31 there,
This guy
made a
makes
nice
some tough
break
catches
on the
look
ball.
easy.
Got a little lucky that the receiver ran out of bounds rather than being able to turn upfield. Otherwise, he might have gone for 6. 1st down and 10 inside the Bengals red zone.
Martin. Great
Go to
fake.
play action
Gets the pencil
pass,
on
and
it.
that is a
Caught.
touchdown.
Baltimore. A nice pass. A
Baltimore
nice pass.
cashes in on the
Goes to
Cincinnati
score.
Bengals
That was
fumble
just a
mistake.
solid play. That guy
And a
was
second
not
time
going
here
to
where
be
we've seen a
denied.
defensive back go for that reception animation, and it kind of burns them on the backside because they're not able to catch up to the receiver or make the tackle as soon as he gets the ball. So a nice little pass there to get Baltimore within 7 with about half
The kicking
of the
team
third
heads
quarter
out
to
onto
go.
the field. And it's up. And the
Kick is up.
extra
Kick
point
is
Just
good.
what they were looking for, John.
19-yard
Good play
pass
calling
from
there.
Quinn
Key
to
drive,
Manis.
Touchdown.
I think the whole team's happy after that one.
We got a good one
Well,
here
we're
in
telling their
Cincinnati all of a
defense to
sudden.
Give them the ball back so they can go scoring in.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Nice distance. From the 13-yard line. Cincinnati can take complete control of this game if they can get this one into the end zone.
Interesting phrase there, Al
So
Michaels.
they have 1st and 10.
Complete
here.
control if they can get another touchdown here. I thought that was more
They line up in the I formation.
More
Brady
poignant
Walker.
last
Man in
time?
motion.
complete control is a good way to phrase
Surveys the
that.
field,
I
launches it
said
across
starting to
the
put
middle.
nails in the
Incomplete.
coffin. That's
He
at least
overthrows
double
his
coverage,
intended
and this
receiver.
Cincinnati Bengals is all out of sorts. Cincinnati Bengals offense, that is all out of sorts. 2nd down and 10.
Closing in. Gets rid of
There's
it.
a nice throw over the middle. There you go. Pick up a 1st
Well,
down.
he's shaken up after
Kevin
that play.
Johnson
We'll get
appears to
your
have
report
injured
from
his
the
shoulder
sideline
on the
when we
play.
get the
That is not
information.
good for Bengals fans. As he flexes his hand, trying to figure out what's going on with him. I thought, thankfully, they didn't call that a fumble or anything. I mean, he would have been down. It
It's
likely would have been
1st and 10.
overturned, but it was a very weird animation. But it makes sense. Hey, he
Hasselback. Get set.
got injured. Bengals shifting into a little bit more of a 4-minute offense, willing to run some clock here and drop that play clock
47-yard line. Hurst
pretty
didn't get
low
any help
before
from his
snapping it.
offensive line.
It was just about impossible to run when you have guys in the backfield just as soon as you snap the ball.
Hasselback sets up.
2nd down and 10. Clock is moving after the run. We'll go with a play action pass. Throws left side off the hands and incomplete. Nicely done by the Baltimore Ravens defense there to make contact right as the ball got there and force that incomplete pass. So 3rd down and 10.
Ball on their own 47. Quarterback back.
Baltimore's offense does have a little something. Hasselbeck winds up, throws it deep down the right side, and finds a receiver inside the 25 on the right side.
And he was able to get him a big chunk of yards.
That is a nice throw. Stepped up in the pocket and let it rip.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Bengals looking at least 3, barring a turnover.
Receives the handoff.
Going to go with a handoff. Hurst hopefully holding on to that ball pretty tight.
Second and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line. Hasselbeck gets set with the pass.
There's a throw to the left side. Makes the man miss, but gets tackled by the second guy that's there. It falls short of the goal line by a couple of yards, but sets up 1st and goal. This is exactly the drive the Bengals needed. This is the response drive.
1st and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line.
Suck up a lot of that clock. Regain control of this game with a 14-point deficit, or at least a 2-score deficit. Hand the ball off and into the end zone. That might actually be Hurst's 3rd touchdown of the day.
Until they're putting up 6 points in the board.
Driver has the other touchdown of reception from Hasselbeck. And we're out to a 27-14 lead. Extra point pending here.
They'll get set for the extra point. The kick is up, and he kicks on the extra point. So the
2-yard run, 2-minute drive, 8 plays, 73 yards, and Cincinnati retakes the lead, or gets the lead back out to 14.
In the end zone, and that's exactly the kind of drive they were looking for.
Akers in to kick this one off. Nice kick and returnable. He decides not to return this one. He took a knee in the end zone, and they'll start the drive at the 20. So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 20.
All right, 37 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
The man in motion. Hand it off. Slips the tackle.
Curtis Martin with a terrific run. Slicing and dicing his way through that defense and picking up a 1st down for Baltimore. They're going to need probably a bit of a quicker score, though I do like that they're still going to try and maintain some semblance of balance here, at least early on. There is plenty of time. It feels like simultaneously there's like plenty of time, but it's also like you can't take forever. That sort of thing.
Number 86.
Be interesting to see where they spot this ball. He caught it really close to the 1st down marker, like a yard, maybe 2 away, and then got pushed down, and that was where he got like the knee hit, and that is where they're going to spot it. It's only a 5-yard gain, but it probably should have been an 8 or a 9-yard gain. One more play before the end of the 3rd quarter. Wow, he got that off right at the last moment. He'll get tackled on that Bengals helmet logo, and we'll head to the 4th quarter. 2 touchdown game between the Ravens and the Bengals. Hometown Cincinnati up 28-14.
5 yards to go. Gets the pass off.
Goes to the he threw to the left side. It was kind of in and out of the hands. I think it's Joey Porter, who I believe played for the Steelers for most of his career. that was such a weird bounce, or the way that like the animation worked. The ball flung back towards a Bengals defender. Maybe an opportunity for an interception,
Punter
but
heads in again for the
just
third time today. Here's the kick.
just an incomplete pass.
He drops it.
Oh my goodness, a
Bengals
fumble.
scoop up the live ball.
Cincinnati's able to fall on top of it, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the 15. So pretty rough starting field position for these Bengals. But a great opportunity to just run the ball 3 times, take 120 seconds off the clock. Knock this down to probably about the 2.5 minute mark. They aren't great about letting it go all the way to 0, so it's not an exact science. Second down and 8 with a handoff to the right side. Hurst will spin down and fall forward for a first down.
They hit their blocks.
All kinds of
and the
spins
back
and
found
falls
the right
there.
hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
Get at him, D.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 26-yard
Throwing on first down.
Passes back, drops back, throws, finds a receiver past the 30-yard line, and they'll give him second down, at the 36 or so.
They need 5.
Fire out. Hit him low. Set.
Man in motion.
That's all you. Bring that pain, baby.
It's the toss to the right.
There's another nice run up past the 40-yard line. That's a fresh set of downs for these Bengals.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Come on, D up. Set.
Stevens goes in motion. We'll get the call again. So
Off
he
the
got
right
carry
side
and
that
makes his way
time.
toward the 100-yard mark on the ground.
100 yards. We don't see that a ton here
Second and
in
9 coming up here.
in random rosters with the fairly short quarters, but it does happen occasionally.
Hurst, the long setback.
Hurst
So he picks
gets
up a
knocked
couple of yards,
forward
but he's
for a
exhausted
couple.
and headed for the sideline.
Gain on the play.
Probably running a few too many plays here if they're trying to get this clock ran out.
You got it. Set.
And this is the 7th play of this drive. He tucks it away. He's taken down the field,
that is
and he's brought down for
Not a great way for that drive to end, but I do like that they kept it on the ground, keep that clock,
Make that play,
keep that
and force
clock
them into
rolling.
a big loss like that.
Fourth down and 9. They don't even need to actually snap this ball until after the 2-minute warning, but I'm pretty sure they will snap it before. It's better, but not perfect.
Two minutes to go.
Oh, they will. Wow. Good job, Madden. Proud of you. So fourth down and 9 coming up after this 2-minute warning. Two undefeated teams are going to face off here to end the day. Cowboys Lions coming up. Depending on how things go, we might see the Cowboys take on the Buccaneers next week. It might be
Here's the punt.
back-to-back weeks of undefeated teams playing each other. Only
There's no
one
need
will
to try to
survive.
turn that one. But he made the right decision there.
I guess technically two could survive. I apologize.
First and 10.
That math was bad. The Lions could win. Go on. I think they play like the Bears or something next week, and they can emerge 6-0.
This pass is incomplete.
7-0, I guess, actually, after week 8. And then if the Buccaneers are able to beat the Cowboys next week and the 49ers this week, then we still have 2 undefeated teams left in the game. So we'll see how it goes.
Number 12 sets up.
All right, here we go. 151, high snap.
Gets rid of it.
Throws dart, or a bit of a float pass over the middle. And a collision there, and
if they get a
ball
first
seemed to
here,
pop
they'll
up.
need to start picking them up quick. The more downs you use to get the first, the longer it takes. And they need every second on the clock to try and make a comeback.
Closing in, throwing. Great pass. They'll move the sticks with that completion.
I'll tell you, he put that one right on the money. They're just out there playing a little pitch and catch. I like to hurry up here. It's a change of pace, and it's a way to get the defense uncomfortable.
Gets the pass off.
Throws to the left side.
Almost picked off. And that brings up second down.
Off the hands, incomplete.
They're going to make the quarterback keep throwing because it's the only way that they have a shot at coming back.
2nd and 10. Drops back, under pressure, looking for an option. Good idea bringing the blitz here.
That was a heck of a play. I think he felt the rush coming. He just couldn't get out of there quickly enough.
And they go with a no huddle. Pressure coming with the pass. 4th down.
Fourth down coming up. It's a third. That was a 3rd and 17 throw. Pretty gross.
Cincinnati looking for pass with only 3 down linemen and 7 DBs on the field. With the throw.
4th and 17. It's going to be a catch on the left side, but not nearly close enough. Maybe got the lost yardage back, but doesn't matter. Cincinnati's going to take over. They've had control in this game for the most part. They let Baltimore back in with that big bomb earlier to tie the game at 7-7. They let them get a little bit closer when it was 21-7 after throwing the interception. That led to a touchdown drive. But Baltimore, was just never consistent enough offensively to really make it feel like there was much of a threat. It was just, can Cincinnati not do what they did against Buffalo last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Hasselback gets set, using motion.
1:05 to go. We're seeing that annoying thing where there's timeouts being used even though they shouldn't be. It's going to hit again after a pretty short gain. 3rd and 4.
I'm guessing this should be a run.
Coming up here.
The defense can't be lollygagging around because if they are and they give up a first, this one's over.
3rd down and 4. See if Cincinnati maybe just kind of goes, screw it, and throws the ball. We saw this annoyance with the Giants as well, where they were very clearly out of it. They're going to hand the ball off to 47. He'll get spun down.
They have none remaining. Unable to sustain
we're still in this game. It's the second game in a row, unfortunately, where we have had a team that's out of it just calling timeouts. It's actually a good opportunity for me to hop up real quick. So
Johnson lines up in the backfield for the punt.
I'll join you momentarily.
Here's the kick. And he goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. The coverage team got down the field in a hurry.
And it looks like his blockers just got outrun there. Any run plays in the playbook should be thrown out because they need points fast, and the only way they're going to get them is by throwing the ball.
He'll pass on 1st down. Pressure, gets rid of it. A good effort, but he was out of bounds.
If you get the ball to the receiver, he's usually going to make the catch. There's not much he can do if he has to catch the ball out of bounds, though. Okay, they got to keep throwing downfield to move the chain while keeping the clock movement to a minimum.
So as the referee looks at a few angles, we'll do the same. And now it all depends on what we can see because the referee is going to see the same thing. I think it's a catch.
That's a tough call. Depends on what angle you're looking at it from. I guess it'll be a judgment call by the officials.
The call on the field is overturned.
It was unclear initially why they called for a review, but now we understand the reason.
You have to give it to these officials. Their job's not easy. Sometimes they make mistakes, and most of the times they're right.
Dropping back. Closing in. Throws it. And this pass is completed. Sheds the tackle. That'll move the chains, John.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass with a heck of a catch, that's exactly what you're going to get.
He's trying to hurry them back to the line. He'll stop the clock with a spike. The backs are lined up in an eye.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Set. Check him out. Let's go. Come on.
Under pressure. Gets the pass off. Picked off. The defender makes a leaping interception.
He just stepped in front of that one. He saw his opportunity, and boom, he took it. The only thing they should be doing here is going with a kneel down so they can chalk up the W.
So after the interception now, it's 1st and 10. Second and long coming up here. Ball on their own 37.
Second and 12. Ball on the 37-yard line.
There's the final gun. The final score is Cincinnati 28, Baltimore 14.
Baltimore 14.
So there you have it, a 2-touchdown deficit, and the Baltimore Ravens fall 28-14. Shout out to the fact that they did a booth review while I was gone. I had my headphones on, and shout out to the defender that picked the ball off so that we could just kind of end this, as we are really dragging pacing wise in this video. It's just a lot of incomplete passes or just kind of weird calls. Even when the Bengals are trying to just run the clock out, the Ravens and the freaking Giants are calling timeouts for some reason. It's just like, why? Stop it. You're down by so many scores and this is what you're doing? Frustrating. Anyway, we'll let this save and we will get to the big grand finale here. It is the Madden picked game of the week. It is the Cowboys taking on the Lions. Both teams 5-0. And here we go. I think Detroit's going to win this game. I know I'm supposed to be an impartial commentator. But I mean, Detroit with just the way that they played when we saw them last, their quarterback roster is absurd. And I don't know. I feel like the last time we saw the Cowboys, they were a pretty lackluster undefeated team. But we'll see. Here we go. Third game of the week. Scores, standings, updates. Oh, Rich Gannon looks like he's going to be starting this one. Or they're just highlighting him and it's Dante Culpepper, which would be absolutely absolutely
for in a quarterback.
bizarre.
And it doesn't hurt that he has some great receivers to throw to.
The one-time Clemson Tiger will be his
Rod
go-to guy once
Gardner.
again, and for obvious reasons. He's one of the better route runners and always seems to make the catch in traffic. Stopping this combo hasn't been easy.
So we'll see
for
who
many
the
defenses,
quarterback
so we'll have
is.
to
I mean,
see what
Gannon's
type
a
of
like
coverages
97
they go
rated
with to
quarterback.
prevent these two from
And that's
doing
not
a
to
lot of
sneeze at
damage.
Dante Culpepper, but
These
it's just
guys are
weird
really
to
fired
see
up, but they
the
gotta
quarterback
watch
that's
it jumping
rated a
around
little
like
bit
that. They're
worse.
liable to pull
Maybe they
something.
were trying to work something with scheme. I don't know how
Lined up for the
hard this
kickoff,
game
so
thinks
let's get
about that.
today's game started.
Detroit and Green Bay off to a fantastic start here in the NFC North. Both teams with 5 wins. Packers have the one loss. And we will see this Detroit offense first to start
And the
this
kickoff team
game.
comes
Thanks
out
so
onto
much
the
again
field.
for hanging out. I feel like sometimes I thank you too much, but sometimes I feel like I don't thank you enough. I do appreciate if you watch these. I have a blast making them. I just hope you have a good time watching them. He was able to bounce off some tackles there. Lost a little bit of yardage, but not too bad. Instead of the 28, it is at the 25. And we do have Rich Gannon starting this game. Rich Gannon, Dante Culpepper, Sean King. They don't have a quarterback under the rating of like 78.
To the air on first down. Slings it to the outside.
Which
An
is
incomplete pass brings it
just
up second
bizarre.
down.
Not a great start here for this Detroit Lions team. Quick pass is
Second and
incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Second and 10. All on the 25-yard line.
Tried to
1 yard
run
gain
up
by the
the
running
middle,
back.
but not a whole lot of room there.
Yard gain on the
Maybe got a yard. But it'll be 3rd down and long. And this is not
Quarterback is set with
the
only one
not the
back
start I was
behind.
expecting to see from Detroit, considering how well they played last time and how rough it looked for the Dallas Cowboys in their last game.
Pressure with the pass.
That's how it usually how it goes. Two teams get hyped up for their offensive or their defensive strengths, and then the opposite works. The defense gives up a ton of yards, while this is what we're expected to see. Or the defenses play really well and hold the offenses in check. And it's like, well, you kind of hyped it up maybe a little bit too much.
Here's the kick.
That's a 3 and out and a fumble. The Lions with a terrific opportunity to get on top of it, but they couldn't. Number 38 was right there for the fumble recovery, and he did not come up with that ball. That is unreal right there. Oh my goodness.
That has a tough time stopping the run.
Tommy
front
Maddox
seven
coming
needs to
out,
get
so
more
it's 1st and
aggressive.
10 from
They
the
need to
30.
get
We got a
the jump on those
head
offensive
injury on
tackles
that
and
last
force them
play.
to get their inside foot back
I mean, the
so
Detroit
they can
Lions
get
should
the
have the
ball
football right now.
Against the call.
They're deep in the backfield already. Might get knocked down for no gain, but a terrific start defensively for the Detroit Lions in the backfield immediately.
Is going to win those battles at the line.
They will give him a loss of 1.
Maddox gets set. They'll go with a run once again.
Oh wow, there's a nice room, or a nice run. A nice room? What's happening here? Found some room for a very nice run there, and it's going to be 3rd down and real short. 3rd down and 2, perhaps? That is exactly what it is. 3rd down and 2.
Gets rid of it.
Throws to the left side and just not enough. Not good enough timing there to connect. I like the route. I like the idea. It's just a short little up and out. Get the 1st down yardage and go for it. Go for it towards the sidelines.
Offense couldn't get it done in the
Led a little bit too far out there, and we will see back-to-back 3 and outs. Fair catch inside the 20 of the 19.
Caught the ball.
Likely saw the the muffed punt, the fumble that happened last time. Or on the other side, I should say. Just, you know what? It's a nice fair catch. Hands the ball off. Finds a little bit of room. A nice hurdle there. Got contacted in the backfield, but still able to turn it into a little bit of something. A gain of about 4.
It's 2nd down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 23. Sloan in motion.
Bring that pain, baby.
Looking for room.
That is a real nice run. That is a terrific,
nice job up
terrific
front,
run to get the
holding that
first
block
down.
and allowing
Keep this
him to
drive
get a good
going. It was a
run
second
for a
and
first
6. He
down.
picked up about 10 there. Maybe even a little bit more.
First and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
So a fresh set of downs for this Lions team. They will come out in the I
Under
formation.
pressure.
Gannon is going to keep it with a little tuck and run. Switches the ball to his left
Now, the key in
hand.
this first down is the fact that the defense
They
lost
hit
the
about
change
5
on
yards down the
quarterback.
field, and
He's
a
out
little
there
switch
running
over.
around, and that time, it got him
Tackled
a
past
first
the
down.
line to gain. First and 10. Maybe this Lions team starting to find a little bit of rhythm. Didn't love what they had scripted for those first 3 plays. Good job. I mean, it was a good job by the defensive line on Dallas, especially on that third down on the first
Ball
drive
on their own 47.
for the Detroit offense. Got his hands up, kind of in the lane of the pass.
Back. Pressure coming. It's rid of
Hit
it.
as he
This pass
threw.
is
He looked like he was winding up for a
waited
big
just
one.
little too long
Instead,
to
you
get
could
rid of
kind
that
of
pass.
hear
He's lucky he was
the
able to get rid of
impact
it.
and the
He has
ugh.
to be careful. Passes like that can make for some easy interception.
Closing in.
Drops back,
Gets
throws
the
right
off.
side,
He
finds
hits his receiver.
a man, and
4-yard
we'll
gain
see
on the
where
play.
he gets, where his forward progress goes. I thought it was about a gain of 6, and it seems like that's about what they're going to give him.
They need 6.
Third down and manageable. Ooh, actually, they only gave him 4. Third down and 6. Thought he got 6, and it would be third and 4.
Dropping back. Flings it
Gannon
to the
throws,
outside.
and that is
It's
picked
going
off. That is a pick
The
6.
30, the
So
20,
well read, and
the
that
10.
is why those plays look so dangerous.
The defender is there to make the play.
Just
That was a
a
great
really,
pick. He was
really
reading the
terrific
quarterback
read
like a
there.
book.
The receiver wasn't even turned around for it. And Dallas with a little 7-0 lead here to start this game. Wow.
Wilkins comes in to attempt the point after. The kick is up.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 48-yard interception returned by Shaw.
Here's the kickoff team.
Dallas is lined up for the kickoff. Number 83.
And it's a short kickoff.
Kick is away. Go right back to
From the
Detroit
14.
about the 13-yard line. He'll get up to the
On the last time they had
25
the
before
ball,
he gets
turned
hit
it
low.
over on an interception.
And,
Let's see what happens here.
Falls forward. They'll give them possession at the 26-yard line.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
I think I might have commentated that last bit wrong. Might have said the 35. My bad. I formation.
To the air on first down. Pressure.
Drops back. They're going to try another Rich Gannon run, and he's going to find all kinds of room off that right side. A spin move
Just exploded
from
back.
Rich Gannon. He's going to get all the way out near the 50-yard line.
More like a running back when he makes those
Unbelievable.
Hit him low.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 48-yard line.
So first and
Toss play
10.
to the left.
Going to go toss play left side. Find some room.
Toss play goes
Nice
for about
run there to
4.
get into Cowboys territory. Do Staley. They'll put the ball right on the Lions' back foot.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Set. Hut, hut.
Under pressure. pressure.
Again, throws into
Incomplete. That incomplete
kind of a
pass will
weird
bring up
little
third down.
foursome there. A couple of receivers, couple of defenders all in the same area, and nobody could come up with the ball. That's not what you want to see.
3rd and 5. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Man in motion. Pressure coming.
Gannon, they're going to go with another run for him, and I think we're going to get an inadvertent face mask here. And the Cowboys, really catching a break there. It's a 5-yard penalty rather than a 15-yard penalty. It forces a 4th and 1 rather than a first down. Rich Gannon injured his back on the play. So we will actually see Dante Culpepper come into this game.
Barker is back to punt. Here's the kick. From the 15.
So hang time gets it inside the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys, who have a 7-0 lead. We've seen a couple of teams benefit from the incidental face mask rule.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Throwing.
That is a contested catch if I have ever seen one. A terrific.
This receiver has great body
Terrific
control.
play right there
Doesn't
to get
seem
that
matter where
get that
it's thrown,
reception.
He always seems to come
I
up with it.
think it's good enough for a first down. It is indeed 1st and 10 here.
Using motion. Passing on first down. Gets rid of it.
Maddox over the middle finds a leaping receiver, number 5. We saw him a lot in the last game we had with the Cowboys, which I believe was doodly-loo. It was a couple weeks ago. It was week number 5 when they played the Cardinals. The Cardinals were a pretty bad team, and they were not a great-looking 4-0 team at the end of that game. The Cowboys, but they have managed to pick up win number 5 and set up this undefeated showdown. It actually has the Lions looking like the team that looks like the questionable 5-0 team, even though we watched them dominate when they played
a touchdown separates these two
the Broncos.
Score: Dallas 7, Detroit 0.
So 7-0 here at the end of one. Dallas with the ball right now. Detroit kind of reeling defensively. We'll see if Rich Gannon comes back in this game. They do have a terrific backup in Dante Culpepper. But we did see a number of injuries last time. I think Culpepper came out for Rich Gannon, and then Rich Gannon came out for Sean King. I think Sean King was like 1-for-1 for a touchdown or something absurd. It was pretty wild. Nice little play there for Dallas to set up 3rd down and 2, or more likely a 1.5 yards. They're going to go with a run, and they are going to get stuffed, maybe even lose some ground. 44 yards to 57 yards. Lions with more time of possession. That interception return for a touchdown is going to help them kind of dominate that category, barring some sort of long Cowboys drive. Eagles has the 1 punt. It was a 42-yarder, got it inside the 20.
He'll try to pin them inside the 10. Here's the punt. They'll spot this one where it went out.
Probably going to be a really nice punt. It looked like it was a pretty good coffin corner, and it was. They are inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So a long way to go for Sean King. Interestingly enough, he's going to come into this game. I don't know if Culpepper is more injured than I realized, but it is Sean King, who is still a very capable and well-rated starting quarterback.
8 to go.
Should check the injury report for the Ravens. Is that Rich Gannon right back in? He missed one play, came back in and threw a pass that went a whole lot of nowhere. This Lions offense just cannot seem to get in any sort of rhythm. Cowboys defense on the flip side doing a very nice job preventing the Detroit Lions offense from getting into any rhythm. 3rd down and 10. Gannon takes the snap, fires over the middle, and you gotta come up with that catch. That was off the hands, well positioned that receiver was to get that pass. And instead of it being a fresh set of downs, Detroit is going to punt the ball back to the Cowboys and give Dallas a very good field position start.
Into return. Here's the punt.
Oh, we really got under that one too. That did not look clean at all, and it is not going to be clean. Oh, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. I mean, this is a 56-yard field goal right here. We have seen some ugly punting today. I don't know that I've ever really commentated on the punting as far as like Madden is concerned with that sort of stuff. I've complimented it probably more than I realize. But I don't think we've seen this kind of NFL fever-like ineptitude from the punters. Shanks getting way too under it. It's a disaster. Maddox finds a man on the left side. He'll get tackled immediately around the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, just on the outside of the red zone.
First and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line. He hands it off.
Hands the ball off. Finds all kinds of room on that left side. And he'll get down near a first down near first down. I think he's just a little bit short. Oh, yeah, 2nd and inches. Hands the ball off right side. Detroit can't quite get there to prevent the first down. Instead, they'll get inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line.
First down and goal to go. Ball on the 6-yard line.
Hands the ball off, and he'll be taken down by his shoulder pads. About half the distance there to the goal.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 3-yard line.
2nd and goal as we near the 2-minute warning here in the second half. Dallas is actually doing a good job at trying to take advantage, or trying to take the lead in the statistical category of time of possession. That should be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Bounce it out, looking for a little more room to the outside.
3rd and goal.
There it is.
Ball on the 5-yard line.
I forget. I think the clock stops a little bit when they do those celebrations. So it threw my timing off. I said, how is that like not 8 seconds? 3rd down and goal for Dallas. Would be a big win here for Detroit to force a field goal. Let him inside the red zone, but still come away with just 3.
Pressure.
Maddox throws left side. It's intercepted. An even bigger win. We're going to have a penalty. It's a 15-yard face mask on McCord on the tackle in the end zone. What a disastrous turnaround here for the Dallas Cowboys. Looked like they were going to go up 2 scores pretty easily. And not only was it an awful interception, but you get a 15-yard face mask, which means you're coming all the way out to the 35-yard line. You need 30 yards for a reasonable field goal, probably. I don't know exactly what the target line would be, but 35 feels like an okay spot. Gannon finds a receiver right over the middle. There's 17 of those yards. 1st and 10 inside Dallas territory at the 47. Snap the ball here. We're going to go with an actual play. Goes over the middle and off the hands and incomplete on the receiver again.
The best ones drop a few, but the key word is a few.
Second down and 10, 1:41 to go here.
Comes out in their nickel package. Drops back. Gets rid of it.
Goes to the left side. Finds a receiver. A beautiful grab there
This
at the
guy
30.
has great confidence in his arm. He knows that he can
They
make the
go,
completion
they'll spot him
regardless of the cover.
inside near the 27-yard line. Minute and 30 to go. Maybe this is where Gannon is at his best. And it might be a contested catch for a touchdown. They make the Cowboys pay Rich Gannon.
That makes it even more impressive.
65-yard drive. I think all of that through the air. And that will tie this game up with about a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. We have ourselves a game here, folks. That interception was such a ginormous swing.
Conway comes in for the extra point. And it's up. And the extra
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 28-yard pass from Gannon to Gardner. They give him a 64-yard drive there. And that was 30 seconds-ish. Interception to 15-yard penalty to touchdown. That is quite the swing for these Detroit Lions.
Here's the kickoff team.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 87.
Not a real deep kick. Should be returned from the 11. The defense forced the interception the last time this offense had the ball, and they'll be looking to do the same thing here. The Cowboys line up in the shotgun.
46-yard line.
To the air on first down. With the pass.
Oh my gosh, Maddox almost another terrible throw there. I mean, it wasn't a great throw, but it wasn't an interception, and it almost was an interception.
Play in the ball.
I think they'll keep throwing it to try to get into field goal range. 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 26.
Maddox needing just a little bit more yardage than Gannon did to get into what I think is field goal range. I think the 35-yard line, that's a... maybe the 30 is probably a better target. Oh, I thought maybe that was going to be picked. He got hit as he threw. We're getting into interesting territory here for this Dallas Cowboys team. They're going to go 3rd and 10. It's been 2 incomplete passes. You have taken next to no time off the clock. And you're going to give it back to an offense that all of a sudden is in some kind of rhythm. Does Detroit have enough time? That's way short of the first down marker. Timeout Detroit. Excellent clock management there. That's what you want to see, video game. Let's go. But does Detroit, with their 2 timeouts, have enough time to get down the field and tack on 3 or 7 more? And this is why Dallas is kind of like a weird 4-0 team, because they have the 7 points on the interception return for a touchdown. They drive down the field, they throw the interception, coming away empty-handed.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line. Gannon sets up.
Gannon drops. He's going to go with a run play. Don't love it. They're going to take that timeout right at that minute mark. That is not a good play. I don't love that.
It should be the same for
I
the
just don't even
second.
like it. I kind of hate
That's why
it.
it would be big
honestly.
if they could get a field goal here.
2nd down
The way
and 10.
this thing is going, that could be the margin of victory.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him.
48-yard line.
Blitz is coming.
Gannon drops back, fires left side. That is a much better play. That'll get him inside the 25-yard line.
As a
52
receiver, you have to
seconds
be
and the
ready
clock
for any
is
type of
ticking.
pass. He did a good job of hanging on to that last one because it got there in a
Snap
hurry.
it from the shotgun at the 44-second mark. Gannon steps up, fires left side into the end zone, touchdown. And the Lions are starting to fire on all cylinders here. An absolutely terrific couple of drives from Rich Gannon. I mean, those maxed out at maybe a minute. Maybe. Unbelievably good clock management, which we don't usually see in these games. Terrific throws from Gannon. And even with that one really dumb play that led to the usage of the timeout, it didn't matter because they were so efficient with only, I think, a couple plays after that. A literal couple, 2.
And it's on its way. The point after is good.
3 plays. 1 terrible play, 2 magnificent throws, and a 7-point lead goes to Detroit.
Aren't all that unusual for him.
As we await some of the other results, which we'll cover after this game, we could see a 1-loss Dallas team take on an undefeated Buccaneers team.
Kickoff team lines up.
And then maybe we get lucky and Detroit and
They'll return this one.
Tampa Bay have to play each other later.
From the 2-yard
From the
line.
1-yard line, we get up to the 20. Makes a little shibby shake toward the 23. And with 37 seconds to go, that is where Dallas will take over.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 23. Pressure coming.
Drops back and fires. Number 5 has been their best player.
Yeah, either that or it just got thrown in there so hard it's stuck. There's only one way that they're going to be able to do something about this score. Keep throwing and getting out of bounds.
So 2nd down and 4. Not exactly sure how many timeouts Dallas has. They took 1. I think they'll still have 2 left. Ooh, he gets hit in the backfield. Timeout, Dallas. That is a disastrous result for the Dallas offense, but a terrific defensive call. I like seeing the aggression in these kind of crunch times. Don't let the quarterback just stand around, make a play. Don't let them, prevent defense prevents you from winning games. Be aggressive.
So they have
Force
1st
quick
and 10
decisions.
here.
Force quick throws that maybe aren't that deep down the field.
Dallas calls
So I
a
do like
timeout.
the aggression.
That's their
3rd and final timeout for
One
Dallas
thing
right at
as
the
a
22nd
defender
mark.
you want to avoid is trying to take a gamble for a turnover.
That's the technical.
And
I
then
think I
giving
did
up
this
a
the
big
other day.
play that
That's
lets
the
them get points before the half.
Timeout. That's timeout.
Only one man in the backfield. To the air on
That's a
1st down. He hits his receiver.
Ooh, and that lack of timeouts is really going to do them in here. 2nd down and inches, 13 seconds. What can they get done here? They're going to drop, run 1 play. It's gotta be to the sideline.
Can't get it to him.
Hey, incomplete pass works as well. 3rd down and inches.
3rd down, less than a yard.
You have 5 seconds to get this ball out of your hand and to the sideline. Actually, probably like 3.
And this is the 6th play of this drive. Pressure.
Maddox, too much time. Down the middle, it's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. No reason to punt it here. I guess you just kind of go for it, Hail Mary it. I don't think the computer will do that, but
The Cowboys
we'll see.
line up in the shotgun.
They will take it here because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I said that kind of like I've had drinks today, but I haven't.
Passing right.
Maddox almost intercepted. Turnover on downs right here at the end of the half.
End of the 2nd quarter. With the
What a
score,
tremendous
Detroit
turnaround for
14.
the Detroit Lions here in quarter number 2. 14 unanswered points, and that makes it a 7-point lead for those Detroit Lions. They will kick the ball to Dallas. We'll see if the Cowboys were able to make any sort of adjustments and what they can do here to try and even this game up at 14 all after this first drive.
One in the air. Good distance.
We'll see what Detroit does. Their 2 drives, their 2 scoring drives, amassed a total of like 55
The
seconds.
Cowboys will start
Maybe
this
even
drive
50
from the
seconds.
26.
87 on the return.
Is that how they go? They just like quick, just
1st
don't even
and 10.
think. Gannon, go out there, feel it, trust your gut, rip it.
Garner, the lone back. Under pressure.
Maddox throws to the left side. He'll be right at that line to gain. We'll see if they give him first down yardage, but either way, still a nice start for the Dallas
You
Cowboys.
go with the play fake and look for something deep. or you
I
can
do
just
believe
run
it is
the ball.
going to be 2nd and
About
inches. We
anything
might
is
get
an
that
option.
angle where that is exactly what we get, where it looks like it probably should be a first down, but they're calling it short for
Maddox sets up. Man in motion.
the Cowboys. All right. 2nd and inches. Using number 5 as the motion man. He's been so effective. They're going with a pitch to the left. That is going to lose about 3 yards, and it'll be 3rd and a long short. So well read by that Detroit defense. Stretched it toward the sideline. No room for him to move north or south. We'll give him a loss of 2. It's a third and a long 2. About 2.5. Play action pass, throws, and that is incomplete. Looked like the Detroit defender was in front of that Cowboy receiver, and that will end that drive.
You just forgot to bring the ball.
Got off to a good start. They got that first down, but this is the Cowboys offense that we're kind of familiar with, even though we've only seen them a couple of times. They feel like a fraudulent 4 or 5-0 at this point. And a win over a 1-win Cardinals team that didn't look good. Stepped out of bounds.
And the offense going to be ready to come back on the field after a decent return.
Still really good field position here.
That's just what he did.
First down and 10 with 4:04 to go here in the third quarter. What does Detroit have in store for us on their first drive? And they start taking real good control of this game. They're going to run it off the right side. He'll pick up about 4.
That's a 3-yard gain.
I love when I go, I picked up this number of yards, and I hear Al Michaels give me a different number. Just off a little bit. They actually will give him 4. Second down and 6. Gannon drops back. He's going to step forward, and that'll be a gain of
This is a guy who's
2,
willing to run with it
maybe.
any time, on any down, in any situation. This time the defense was ready, and they got him before he could get very far.
It's third down and 4 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Third down and 4. Jumbo set here.
He gets the
They're going to go with another handoff. He tried to, I think if he takes a step left a second sooner, he's able to get around that corner. He ran right into his own lineman that was trying to hold the block but let it go. I think speed east-west is going to help him get around that corner. But he was just probably a step or two too far to the right. But we saw this out of Detroit in the first half as well. Their first drive was pretty lackluster. Took them a little bit to get going. I mean, realistically, it took them crunch time before they got going. So Detroit is like a final 2 minutes of the half team. Not great.
Dropping back. Gets the pass off.
Cowboys? Ooh, that's got to be a pick. If you are the Detroit Lions, that has got to be a pick. Big missed opportunity right there. And it is now second down and 10.
Handed off to the back. So
that is going to be an incidental face mask? Yes. So it would have been third down and 13, but instead it'll be a 5-yard penalty that will set up a 3rd and 7. Probably about a 3rd and 7 and 3/4 or something.
I'm sure
like
the
that,
coach will work his team hard this week to avoid that type of thing.
All right, what's this shot? Camera's been broken in Madden for 20 years.
They need 7. Johnson goes in motion.
Ball on the 15-yard line.
Bring the pain.
They're going to try and get into the backfield. That is such a good throw right on the sideline. Detroit had the pressure. They had the package. They got some rushers, but it's just a little bit too much movement out of Maddox. Gave him the opportunity to fire one in there for a first down. False start.
And it looks like there's a penalty on the play.
An encroachment? I did not see that at all. They are going to call a false start.
Johnson came out of his stance a little early on that play.
That guy went into his block a little early. Looks like the defense really has them on their heels today.
First and 15. Ball on their own 19.
So back inside their own 20. Dallas finds themselves with a 1st and 15, and a pass to the left is off the hands, incomplete.
To end the drive right there. He just
Second
couldn't
down
bring
and
it in.
15.
It's second down and 15 to go. Ball on their own 19. Pressure
Drops back.
with the pass.
It's the top of his
This one falls
the top of
incomplete.
his drop that
looked
just
like a
couldn't
catch
come
until
up
he got
with the
nailed.
reception
That's
on the
what I like
back
to
end.
see.
3rd and 15
Defensive
coming up
player putting a
for
good
these
look on
Dallas
a guy
Cowboys.
to force the drop pass.
And this is the
155 to
sixth
go.
play of this drive. With the
Maddox,
throw,
I mean, again, they find the right pressure package.
pass to Sticks.
It's another 3rd down where they
That's one
send
play that drives me crazy
extra
when I
pressure
see it.
off of
Does the
Maddox's
receiver
left
not
side. They can't
realize
quite
where they
get
need
there
to
to
be for the
complete a
first
pass.
down?
This time, the penalty is what doomed the Cowboys, as they were able to gain 10, but they needed 15 thanks to the false start
Gardner will go
on
back to
first
accept
down.
this
So
punt.
4th and 5. It's a big miss for the Cowboys.
Here's the kick.
Nice job by Fiegels to
Fair
corral
catch
that
goes
ball
for it.
and get it away. Fair caught at about the 32-yard line. So we'll see
He made
the
the right decision there.
Detroit Lions come back out onto the field, and we'll see what they can do. Not a whole lot happened on that first drive, but will the second drive maybe be a little bit better?
Staley, the lone back. Picks up 5.
They'll go with a run play for half of it. Second down and 5 coming up.
The Lions line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Gardner moves in motion. With the pass.
Cannon
Little
throws
off
to the
target,
left
but
side,
The
caught.
receiver did a good
Gets
job
pushed
bringing
back,
that
but
pass
should
in.
get
Looks
at
like
least a
someone
yard,
might have
maybe
blown
2.
their
It'll be
coverage
3rd
on
and
that one.
short here for Gannon
About
and the
4 to go.
Lions. 3rd and
Ball on their own
4,
38.
interestingly enough. I thought that they were going to give it a little bit more, or that that play was actually just better.
The Lions
So
using
3rd
motion.
and a short medium at 3rd and 4.
Handoff to
We're going to
the
go with
tailback.
another run play. Dallas's defensive line doing a tremendous job
That was just a defensive
on these
line
3rd and
getting
3s,
lower
3rd
than
and
the
4s
offensive
this
line.
half,
When your
getting
defensive
themselves
guys up
off this
front can
field
control the line of scrimmage,
and giving
it
that
makes it
offense
very
more
difficult
opportunities to
move
try
the
to get
ball
into
on
some
offense.
kind of rhythm. Like we saw them score like 9 points. The offense last time we saw this Cowboys team, I think they had an interception return for a touchdown, or maybe it was a punt return for a touchdown, but it was not an
Offense
offensive
couldn't get it done,
touchdown.
and they'll line up to punt.
They don't have an offensive touchdown today as we near the end of quarter number 3.
He's waving for the fair catch.
Fair
There's
caught
no
at
reason
the
to take a chance and
31-yard
risk a
line.
fumble.
So
Smart
none of these
move
punts
there
have
by the
been
returner.
terribly good, which feels weird because they're inside a dome. At least it kind of makes sense in the context of the Meadowlands. You know that the wind is swirling. It's a big mess in there.
Toss play to the left.
Detroit doing a pretty good job. They stretched that play out, but a
5,
better
maybe 6
run
yards there.
by the
Gain of 6.
Detroit. Dallas. I feel like I've done this. Had these two teams play each other
Second and
before,
5.
and it's just
Ball on their own 36.
it just
So
bends
we've
my
reached the
brain.
end of the third
Wrinkles my
quarter
brain.
with the Lions ahead of the
14-7 is the
Cowboys.
score. We
14.
remained that way through a
7.
pretty uneventful
And we'll
third
start the
quarter.
fourth quarter.
We have 5 minutes to decide this one. Can Dallas make it a
goal from
comeback
the I
and
formation.
force potentially a second straight undefeated team matchup next week?
Madden, get set.
Or will Detroit continue their reign of dominance?
Swings it out to the left.
There is a completed pass to the left side. We're going to see a penalty flag here. They're going to call a hold. Oh my goodness, a holding penalty is going to set up a 2nd and 9 after that terrific throw to the left
So they
side.
tape them to their pads to prevent
Absolutely
that kind of thing.
disastrous.
2nd and 9. Ball on their own 32.
It was a great throw, great read by Maddox. It was going to be 1st and 10 in Detroit territory, and then that happens.
Another run. He takes that one. and
Solid
hits
run to get all those
the
yards
first
back.
down.
It'll be a 1st
You know
and
what they
10
did was
at
pick
least.
up a blitz, and when they
14
did
rushes
that,
for
it opened up
43
a
yards
hole,
for Garner.
and they ran right through it.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Come on, D up. Come on, partner.
Toss Tosses it out to the left. Garner couldn't find an
Spun down after a short gain.
Yeah, he was.
Second down and 9.
He do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. But he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
Now, second down and 10, they didn't give him any yardage there. It's a big penalty for Detroit. They got to take advantage of that.
And that's a gain of
Giving up
about
some
8.
big runs here. This Detroit defensive line looked like they were doing pretty well, and then this last couple plays have been large chunks. I mean, they did have the short gain, no gain on 1st and 10, but 2 of the last 3 plays have gone for at least 9 yards.
Hand off to the tailback. Play action
pass, great throw toward the sideline on a 3rd and 1. Love the play action there.
Great call on 3rd down.
Freed up his receiver there.
We're in a tough spot here. This is a heck of a throw and catch.
26, a little flat-footed on that, but enough speed at least to grab him by the shoulders and throw him down on the sideline. So 1st and 10 either way for Dallas.
Buster's grill, D. Hawkeye right. They got nothing.
Going to the air on 1st down. Well played.
Not every victory by an undefeated team is going to be a masterpiece, going to be a blowout, whatever.
The
But
defense is always very aggressive when defending the run.
sometimes you go like, how are you undefeated? And both teams don't look great. Detroit got those 2 touchdowns in like such a
So it's
short
2nd
time
and 10.
span.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
I'm surprised that they have not been able to keep it rolling more consistent.
Minimal gain there, and it looks like he's going to go to the sideline for at least a couple of plays. Detroit comes out in their nickel package.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
3rd down and 9. Big
Pressure
play.
coming with the pass.
Oh my goodness, they left him free. 3rd downs have been absolutely killer to this Detroit Lions defense. They've brought pressure. They've let so many completions happen. That time they actually didn't bring any extra pressure, and there was still a receiver just freely down the middle. Touchdown Cowboys, and we're going to see, because Tommy Maddox, it looked like, was injured on that previous play. We'll see if he remains out for the rest of this game. Kick is up, and the kick is good. We're getting to where the Lions all of a sudden wake up and get good, which is the late stages of the halves inside 2 minutes. Another minute and 11 seconds of Detroit sucking, and then they'll wake up and know how to play football.
A strong offensive line is the first and most important component to an effective offense.
Wilkins will be kicking off.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 87. Back to
And this one's a short kickoff.
So that kick is away from about the 10-yard line. He'll get up to the 20, the 25. Met at the 28-yard line, and he'll get kind of pushed forward a little bit for some pretty solid field position at the 30. We need 40 yards here, 30 to 30. Try and take this clock down a little bit if you can, and maybe Detroit can kick a field goal that Dallas cannot match.
Looking to run it here.
Gonna go with a run play. Staley got turned there as he neared the line to gain. And even though he was already up, he's going to get that help up animation.
Cross play to the left. Breaking free.
Detroit doing a really, gosh darn it. Dallas did a really great job stretching that out defensively. Never able to get the edge and turn north and south, or turn north, I should say.
And they need about 9.
Whew,
Ball on their
second
own
down and
41.
9. Did not realize that they gave him the first down. I was like, how did they lose that many yards?
Dropping back.
Oh, Gannon's going to take it and run. We've seen him do that several times today. For the most part, it's worked. I think that's about the 4th time we've seen it. He's been looking pretty good, minus the one play near the end of the half that ended up scoring a touchdown anyway, so who cares? 3rd down and 2 jumbo package. Detroit is going to run right at him, and Detroit just cannot get through on 3rd down. They can't convert 3rd downs, and they cannot stop 3rd downs. Absolutely killer right there. 5 punts for Barker. 2 inside the 20. We shouldn't see this before the 2-minute warning, so it'll be 4th and 1 following the 2-minute warning. I do think the punt is the correct call here.
Barker will come into this game to punt. Here's the kick. Fair catch.
That was
Fair
a smart
catch
thing
right
to do
at
with
about
the
the
coverage
20-yard
team
line.
closing in for a big hit.
1:55 to go here for the Dallas Cowboys.
For the rest of the series.
Right. Because if they don't get
And it is
anything
number
here,
17,
suddenly it's 2nd and long,
whomever
they might
that
think
is.
about running clock off. But if they get good yards, then they might
Is
go
he a
into
left-handed
no-huddle and see
quarterback,
what
perhaps?
happens.
He has a glove on one hand.
Garner.
You give the ball to Garner, and he is going to find a massive seam right up the middle.
Yeah, he exploded
Right
through
up
the
the
line,
gut.
and then
Oh,
he used
my
some shifty
goodness.
moves to create some extra yardage.
He'll go no huddle here. Dropping back to pass on 1st down. Nearly intercepted.
Almost threw that as
Threw that
through that
That's a fact.
interception.
That
Oh
was a
my
perfect
gosh.
opportunity to make a big play for his defense. And he lets it go as an incomplete pass rather than an interception.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 38. The defense lines up in the nickel. The Cowboys using motion. Pressure goes over the middle.
Finds a pass over the middle out near midfield.
That receiver has really good technique out there. He always catches it in front with his hands, then brings it into his body.
Dropping back. Under pressure.
Under pressure, left side, intercepted by Detroit. He tested the double coverage and he lost.
I'll tell you, it's very important.
And oh my goodness, number 26 coming up with a huge play.
And on that play, it led to an interception.
Now we'll see if Detroit wants to play for overtime or if we're in that time frame where Detroit remembers how to play football. This was where they were at their best, inside 2 minutes, off of an interception. They were able to take it down for a touchdown last time. Don't really need that. Oh, there's the passing game you've been looking for. Hurry up offense. Should be able to get this play started before the game's going to automatically call a timeout at 1 minute. They do with 10 seconds to spare. Hit as he threw into... Whew, that was a dangerous pass. Dangerous pass.
Very aggressive, relying on man-to-man coverage in the outside to shut down the receivers.
I don't know how dangerous it was if he wouldn't have gotten hit, but the hit made that ball real wobbly.
So the defense has to be ready.
20 yards,
if
that's
they
all
go
you
with a
need,
run.
Detroit, for a game-winning
Sometimes you'll see
field
the
goal here.
defense playing past the
It
whole
was kind of a
time
slop fest,
and try and
honestly. I was
change it
pretty
up with
excited
a
about
draw.
this game. I thought it'd be better, but it wasn't. We're going to try this left side again. Staley bounces back inside. I kind of like that play right there. I like that.
And what happened was they missed him with the blitz.
Reviewing
When
the
they did
spot
that,
out
there
of
were no
bounds.
linebackers to
Oh,
convert.
Detroit might get a
That's how he got
timeout
back
back
to
here.
the
I
first
thought he
down
was
line.
pretty close here. I don't think he hit out of bounds, but this game does have kind of like weird. He's in bounds. There's a clearly green there, but this game's hit detection or like
After reviewing the play,
it's wonky.
on the field stands.
Oh, it stands. Interesting. Because if he had been marked out of bounds, then the clock would have stopped. They would have had to readjust it, and Detroit should get a timeout back. But it doesn't matter.
Only
'Cause they
one
didn't.
man in the backfield.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
So 1 minute to go. What I was going to say, though, is I like that Staley went back in bounds. I think, obviously you want to try and keep as much clock as possible, but drain it. All you need is a field goal. You're not looking for a touchdown. This isn't a comeback drive. This is just a go win. I don't love the timeout there. A little
There's still
confused. They're
some
down to
time
one
left on the
now.
clock. So I'd run the clock down some more and then try for the field goal.
8 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. It's Gets the toss to the left. Staley. Great play in the
Spin
backfield.
move does not work.
Staley
That left
wasn't
side
able
has
to
not
get
been their
anything going on that
has not been their friend.
Shut that play down very quickly. That's
Okay.
just a case of studying
Third
game film
down.
this week paying off. And you know what they like to run in certain situations.
Third down
you can
and
anticipate
8.
the play call.
Huge
Stop the
play.
before it even gets started.
Gannon gets set.
I'm a little surprised to see Detroit not throwing the ball. I thought this is where they would just
He tucks
really
it
go
away.
for it. I mean,
Shaw with the tackle at the 30.
I'm all right with that call.
Fullback picking
I'm
up
all right
about
with that play
7 on
call.
the carry. So they'll probably try to tack on 3 more points and make it tougher for a late comeback attempt. Conway will come in looking to try the field goal.
So Conley's going to come in on a 4th and 1, 30 seconds.
The field goal attempt.
So I like that for a couple of reasons. One, you get some yardage. 2, you force
Number
Dallas to
87.
use a
He's back
timeout.
for the kickoff as we take a quick glance
And
at
I
his
know that it's
return
like a
numbers.
little bit weird because Detroit has not been particularly good on third down when they've run the ball. They haven't really gotten that chunky yards. But I think when you look at it from a 3rd and 9 perspective, they're probably looking for a pass. A 3rd and 4,
Here's the
you're more
kickoff
looking
here.
for a run. Opened up a lane, almost got the first down, which would have basically ended the game.
Decent kick. We should have a return.
But instead,
the
again,
4.
Dallas's defense comes through on 3rd down. I know they gave up some yards. Oh my gosh, it's a kickoff return that I thought was going to go all the way. Game-saving tackle.
Protecting the ball.
And now Dallas with a backup quarterback.
Not much time left.
I mean,
so
that's
they'll
what
be
they
throwing
needed.
the
They
ball
needed that
here
to
get
go
into field
all
goal
the way.
range.
Whew.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 40.
So 1st and 10, which quarterback do we have? Looks like it's number 17. You can tell by that glove on his right hand.
Going to the air on 1st down. Gets the pass off.
Oh my
Dallas
goodness.
will call a timeout.
Timeout
here.
Dallas.
That's their second.
18 seconds to go. Detroit, you can't let a backup quarterback come in.
The Lions
Off the
expecting
bench
pass
and
as they line up with 7
tie this
defensive
game up.
backs.
You know that you can't have that. I don't know that they even have any timeouts left. They don't, because they would be calling it right now with 9 seconds. You got to go. It's 2nd and 15. 4. They're going to spike the ball. The sack might have ended the hopes and
No time to get
dreams
into field goal range.
of a
so all they
Dallas
can do
tie.
now is throw
Oh
a
my
prayer.
gosh. What
Here are
a
the numbers when it comes to
disastrous
third
play.
down conversions.
3rd down conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on 3rd down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Oh, it's tipped and it is incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 15. They have one crack at it. I'm pretty sure Dallas is out of timeouts. They had one timeout left. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They had one timeout left.
Here we go. One last chance, and they have
All right, here it is.
miracle play to pull this one out.
Here it is for the game.
With the throw.
Down the right side, it's a completed pass at the 30. And that'll do it. 17-14 your final. Detroit eking out a victory. Did not look great. They'll move to 6-0, but that was not a clean game by them at all. I expected more offensive potency from these Detroit Lions. And I think that Dallas is really susceptible to losing to 2 undefeated teams in a row because that was not a good game. They gave it a shot. Their defense played really well. Their defense did a great job, especially on 3rd down. But that offense that offense feels like a detriment to the team. Absolutely awful at times. They did finally get an offensive touchdown that we got to watch, so that was good. All right, saving franchise to the memory card. And we will we'll get this week simulated. We'll get you some standings. And we'll get on out of here. So, the game you're going to want to keep an eye on is going to be this one down here. And it's going to be the Buccaneers at the 49ers. They should stay undefeated, honestly. Oh my god, they didn't. Oh my goodness, they didn't. Oh, oh no. All right. Saints and the Falcons. Falcons pick up another victory, dropping the Saints to 3-4. Falcons winners 36-29. The Bills win in overtime. They take out Washington 17-14. Titans over the Panthers by 10, 17-7. We watched the Bengals beat the Ravens 28-14. Chargers, they fall in Cleveland 21-17. Cowboys and Lions, a game that wasn't maybe as good as the score would indicate, 17-14. Lions are victorious. They play the Bears next week to try and improve to 7-0. Patriots and Dolphins, that was a close one, 19-17. Somehow the Patriots just know how to lose in Miami. It is wild. Broncos over the Vikings, dropping the Vikings to 2-4. 30-21 the score in Minnesota. We watched the Eagles. I don't know. That is one of the more bizarre games we've seen. The Eagles were down by 10 at halftime, 16-6, and then they rip off 34 unanswered points in the second half to win 40-16. The Packers dropped to 5-2 after losing to the 4-2 Rams, 35-31. Texans over the Jets, 22-6. Buccaneers get absolutely smacked, 21-3. The 49ers were 1-5 before that. The Bears, they take out the Seahawks. Both teams now 3-3, 20-3. And the Raiders and the Chiefs, after that result of 24-21 in favor of the Raiders, they are both 3-4. What is the game of the week next week? It's the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. We might actually watch that. The two best teams. The two teams that are the best playing each other. Detroit is playing the Bears. So it's a lot of. I'm gonna be very interested to see these standings here, because it feels like we have a lot of teams at 3-3. There was your look. The Lions stand alone atop the NFL at 6-0. The Browns lead the AFC North at 4-3. Excuse me. Bengals and Ravens are both 3-3. The Bengals have the tiebreaker, so that is why they are technically in second. The Steelers not too far out of it at 2-4. The AFC South has the Texans on top at 4-2. The Jaguars not far out of it. Neither are the Titans. Actually, nobody's really out of this division. A bit of a dramatic statement by me, I understand. Texans on top, 4-4-2. The Jaguars and Titans both have 3 wins, but the Titans have 4 losses. The Colts, they got to get going. 2-4 is their record. The AFC East is also crowded. 5-2 are the Bills, separating themselves a little bit, but kind of to my theory, a lot of 3-win teams. Dolphins 3-3, Patriots 3-4, Jets 2-4. The AFC West is also packed. 4-3 are the Broncos, 3-3 are the Chargers, 3-4, are the Raiders and Chiefs. AFC West, AFC North, those are the divisions apparently that are going to be just an absolute slobber knocker to the end. The NFC North has had some separation for a while. The Lions are clear in first place at an undefeated 6-0 mark. The Packers just behind them with 5 wins, but they do have 2 losses. The Bears are 3-3. The Vikings are 2-4. NFC South saw the Buccaneers pick up their first loss. That helps some of the teams in their division that really could use some help. The Falcons are dying quickly. 5-1 are the Buccaneers. The Panthers are 3-3. The Saints 3-4. The Falcons 2-5. NFC East has the Cowboys on top at 5-1. The Giants are 3-3. Washington's 3-4, and the Eagles are 2-4 following their victory today. So the Cowboys, we've seen them kind of gain some separation before, but they haven't always been able to hold on to it. I don't know that this is a team that can. They just don't look good when we have them on the stream. The Rams are atop the NFC West, our final division here. 4-2. The Seahawks in second at 3-3. 49ers at 2-5, and the Cardinals are at 1-5. Cardinals must not have played this week. And that catches you up on the standings, weekly schedule. Seahawks are playing the Bengals. I was kind of hoping for a divisional matchup here. We have a lot of kind of middling teams playing each other. Some 3-4s playing 4-3s. We have this one. This will probably be featured. Ooh, good. That's a matchup. 2-4s. Maybe we'll find some division stuff, or I don't know. So it's a bit of a muck here. There's so many teams with 3s. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. I have a great time making it, and I hope you have a great time watching it. I appreciate it very, very much. If you have not, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Random Rosters Tuesdays right here, the big T. Tuesdays on youtube.com/JonosaurusRex. So come on by, hang out for a few hours, watch some digital football, have a good time. We will see you next week with Week 8. Until then, thank you, good night, and go sports.